All right, everybody, welcome to Futv Sports Live. We've been on a long hiatus. Welcome back. I want to welcome all you back, people. It took a little while to get this going, but we're bringing it back. I want to apologize, people. The millions of people that watch us all the time. We are really damn amazing over here at Futv, the real Futv people. If you're new here, remember to subscribe. It really is one of the greatest channels known to man. That there was an explosion. Sorry about that. That's the cockroach versus tank. Looks like there might be a rematch of that one. We're going to be talking about that, along with many other things. One of the biggest things that's happening in combat sports is the Boots Ennis fight that's happening tomorrow night. We're going to be possibly doing live play-by-play of that one. But before we do that, this rain is a little bit loud. We control the, we got some powers over here, people. I'm going to do an Indian rain dance right now. Hopefully that's not offensive. Okay. All right, so on this beautiful day, can we just all drive away to Combat Sports Land? Would that be okay? You probably don't get the reference. The music here is a Deftones song called, I think it's called Drive Away, something like that. I actually saw Deftones recently with Bob. We saw them at Madison Square Garden. Aren't we cool? They were pretty good. They're pretty damn good live. I've seen them a bunch of times. On a side note, but it's really weird. I was watching some videos while I was doing some editing, and an advertisement came up that's really bizarre. It was really bizarre. Just being from the city, New York City, people. I listen to a lot of music. Maybe music I didn't want to listen to. I have some older brothers, and they listen to a lot of interesting music. And so I saw an advertisement for
fuck you, can't even sing.
It's an advertisement for Amazon with little kids in it. And they had some music that seemed to be a little inappropriate, I feel like. All right. Give 1 second. Just on a side note, just going to point this out. Oh, whoa, it's raining all over our screen over here. All right, just got to turn this music off. 1 second, please. All right, so they had this advertiser for Amazon. It seemed very inappropriate. First, we're going to listen to a couple of seconds of this video here because I don't want this garbage, amazing website, uCylinder, to basically, kill my stream. Let's hear a little bit of this amazing music.
Yeah, just saying this and get some pussy.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take it away.
All right, people, so if you don't know, Ooh, Baby, I Like It Raw had to do with, doing the humpadoos with women, with not wearing, rubbers, not wearing rubbers. That was what that's about. That line there, we all knew it as kids. All the adults knew it. It was a dirty song, and so that's why it was bizarre when I just saw this commercial pop up out of nowhere on YouTube, uCylinder, the amazing site, amazing. They would never censor anyone who has anything real to say. So yeah, this is the ad that came on, and listen to the music. Tell me if it sounds familiar.
Your daughter wants a birthday party. Oh, correction, a birthday tea party.
You think these people don't know what they're doing, people? This song is literally about, like I said, it's a dirty song about women. It says, ooh, baby, I like it raw. And so, like I said, it was about not wearing men doing humpadoos with ladies around town without any kind of rubber on, right? The new thing people wear all the time now. And then they have a commercial that's about a bunch of little girls. It's kind of odd, isn't it?
And she loves dress up, so a birthday princess tea party. But her dream? A birthday princess T-Rex party. From T-sets to T-Rex, get everything for every party.
T-sets. It almost sounded like she said T-sex. Am I going nuts here? Let's put the subtitles on. T-Rex? Why would it be a T-Rex party? Is this coded?
for every party.
Let's hear that
On
again.
everything for every party. From T-Sets to T-Rex. Get every
I know it said T-Sets, but it didn't really sound like T-Sets. Am I crazy?
to T-Rex. Get everything for every party. On Rex Party. From T-Sets to T-Rex. Get everything for every party.
Yeah, T-Sets to T-Rex. Okay? Yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
On the natural charge, bon voyage. Yeah, from the home of the Dodger Brooklyn squad.
On Amazon.
All right. So that's okay. So there you go. That's Amazon. Odd. You'd think the people that put that together would know what that dirty song's about. I'm gonna make a wild guess and say they knew exactly what it was about. But that's more of a topic for our other show. It's called CW News. Going to be bringing that one back really soon. We actually have an episode planned. I've got it all set up. We didn't have enough time to put it out. If you guys saw, it was about a week ago. I took it down, or a few days ago. I couldn't pick an exact time and day, so I just took it down. But it is going to be done. All the research for that video has already been completed. I just have to wait for Bob to be free so we can both do that episode. Okay, and with that said, one second. Get into some of these amazing topics around the world of combat sports. But before we get into combat sports, people, we got to get into the world of bitches. All right? The bitches of other sports. A bitch sport, like basketball. People, just so you guys know, America is super duper racist. And that's why we have guys who literally dunk balls in holes becoming billionaires. 3 NBA legends make it to the Forbes Black Billionaires list, including $1.5 billion worth Magic Johnson. You know why he had a Magic Johnson, people? Because he had an illness. Yeah. It was magical, but kill people. That's a joke. Sorry. But yeah, look, super duper racist. These guys get to play this little bitch-made trash sport. Sorry, not bitch-made. Well, it kind of, yeah. It's a pussy sport. Just got to say it. No offense to women. All right, so you got Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson. How's Magic Johnson got that much money, bro? What the hell has he done? He has done nothing in a long time. LeBron James got less money than Magic Johnson. What the F? Dude, isn't that guy active? I mean, Magic Johnson definitely ain't active anymore. I mean, in the sexual sense. He might still be. You never know. But that wouldn't be good. Just saying. You gotta. No. You don't want to. People, ladies, if you go to Magic Johnson's house and he's listening to, "Ooh, baby, I like it raw," you better run out of there. Get the F out of there. Just saying. All right. And with that said, people, going back to the weird, bizarre kind of grooming of children towards this very degenerate stuff, especially in the cracker community. I mean, white community. Sorry. That's a joke, cracker. Stop calling these people crackers. If they were racist, they actually would be pretty happy about being called a cracker. So there you go. There's a little kid there wearing a Wu-Tang shirt. Ooh, baby. Pretty disgusting. It's being sold to them, this degenerate trash. And these guys like to pose as the counterculture, but in reality, they are 100% part of the machine. One second, I got one more thing over here. Oh, baby, I got one more thing here. Damn, I think the link is gone. Robot or human? This is literally asking me if I'm a robot or a human. Now I'm feeling a little insecure. You ever saw that show, Battlestar Galactica? Those people didn't know if they were human. Is it human? Okay, well, I don't know where the F this is. Hopefully I can find this. Well, basically, I was going to show you a file. And this piece of shit doesn't want to let me do it. I'm going to show you right now. This thing right here is asking if I'm a robot or a human. So I'm pressing yes. I think I am. Okay, I'm human. Okay. And so what this is a Walmart site that's filled. It says press again. Like, what the fuck? Okay, can I get in now? Wait, please try again. What is happening here? What is this? It says activate and hold the button to confirm that you're human. I gotta hold it for a while? Let me try this again. One more time. I'm gonna prove that I'm human. Okay, I held it for a long time. And it says press again. Now I'm holding it. And then it checked. What the fuck? Basically, this is a Walmart site, people. And on this Walmart site, it's full of t-shirts and gear for Wu-Tang made for little kids. Like, what the fuck is that about? What's this world coming to? I mean, it's pretty disgusting, and it makes me cry a little bit. It really does. That doesn't make me cry. I mean, it is the dark comedy. But let's get into less degenerate things, like boxing. You know, the company, the sport where guys get punched in the junk. And people make lies. They make up lies about it. And that's hopefully what we don't see tomorrow. But I have strong feelings that tomorrow Boots Ennis is going to be able to cheat his ass off in order to win a fight that he most likely would not win otherwise. I mean, look, this guy Boots is fighting a guy that in many ways they cherry picked, right? This is what they did. This guy is incredibly inactive. He's not exactly the biggest puncher. He's not exactly the biggest guy either. Boots Ennis is much bigger than him. But if Boots Ennis comes in and hits this guy low and all that, they're going to let him get away with it. And then you're going to have guys like Max Kellerman that are going to come in and be like, oh, this guy, he could be another all-time great. This guy's just too good. And they'd be like, wait, but he's beating people with low blows. He'd be like, bro, those are on the navel. What by navel, what do you mean? Penis? I had no idea that they call the wiener that nowadays. It's kind of odd when you watch boxing that you have to bring up the wiener so many times. And it really is because that's where a lot of the punches are landing, most of them. Then you got Tony Weeks in the background. Tony Weeks is there and he's all like, he's the one. Like Neo, the Matrix. Remember the Matrix, people? You remember that? Oh shit, sorry. All right, let's look at this poster over here. So you got Tony Weeks over here, and he's looking at Boots, and he's like, "Oh my God, he's the one, the greatest ball puncher of all time, next to Andre Ward, the guy I helped." Blam! Joe Rogan's like, "Wow, sexy." Right? That's obvious, people. That's obvious. It's Joe Rogan there. All right, so again, let's get back to some not so degenerate things. Okay. All right. I'm going to get this ooh baby crap with this ODB trash out of here. Okay. All right, so we got the UFC they're going on, they're showing their list for they got their list here. It says UFC pound for pound rankings. Alexander Volkanovski looks to hold on to top 10 spot at UFC 314. I don't have really a problem with the list. I've seen some of them. I think I agree with almost all of them. I'll tell you which ones I don't. They got Aspinall at number 10. That's fine. Volkanovski, just fine. Maybe they could have made him a little higher in the list, I feel like. Or lower. Or by lower, I mean like closer to the number 1 spot, right? They put him at number 9. You got Duplessis. Yeah, he's good. He's good. I don't know what the pound for pound. I don't know why they call it pound for pound. I don't know how they have this guy, Bilal Muhammad. How the hell is he number 7? I mean, this guy is terrible. This guy is a terrible fighter. Pantoja, not a big fan, people. Not a big fan of that fighter. Very boring to watch. He's freaking terrible. They build him up like he's some great thing, but not really that great. Marab as well. I call him Little Liver King. He also is not really, he's not very exciting, but I'd say he is kind of dominant as a wrestler. Not very good fighter. Alex Pereira really is, if anything, is what I would call the top pound for pound. I mean, he's moving all over the place. This guy's going, he like truly is a pound for pound. This is a guy that went from middleweight, got the title, and then went up to light heavyweight and got the title. Got another title. He just lost, but he's gonna have his rematch. I mean, it happens, people. Sometimes people lose. It's fine. And now they're talking about 1 second. And now they're talking about him going up to heavyweight. This is what John Jones is trying to pull him up, right? And then speaking of John Jones, then you got John Jones at number 3. I don't agree with that at all. This guy's incredibly inactive. He's a known drug cheat, And also, he's not fighting the number 1 contender. He's ducking him. And this guy really has not done much of anything at heavyweight. Pretty much nothing. He hasn't done anything in years. His last real fight was versus this guy Reyes, and I thought John clearly lost. John came back. He beat Gon in my book, a very suspect looking fight. I feel like they were trying to get bragging rights to the UFC with that because Francis Ngannou had left the organization. So what you do is you crush his last win in the UFC, and you make him look stupid by extension, and then you get the bragging rights. Bragging rights are worth a lot of money, people, especially when you're in an open, free market. The UFC, they want to be the number one show in town, and so they want the bragging rights. It's very important to have the bragging rights. And so the guy in my book laid down. It looked like it to me. He was a very big, strong guy, active. John Jones comes out of like a 3-4 year retirement and then jumps on this guy instantly somehow. And now he wasn't fast at all. He was very fat and non-athletic. And somehow he catches this guy and this dude quits in 2 seconds. Very stupid fight. But anyway, after that, John Jones went and he fought an old as hell Stipe coming off of a 4-year retirement. The guy was literally retired. He was done with the sport. Came back for no reason. Look how fat his back is. I mean, this is Black Homer Simpson, all jacked up on who knows what, fights this old ass Stipe. Not too impressive. I would say, I would put Pereira. If you're gonna put anybody in the number 3 slot, Pereira would be the guy. I might actually put him at number 1. I got Ilya. No, I wouldn't do it. I mean, no. He beat Volkanovski. That's cool. I think he beat him once, and then he fought. And he's big for the weight, people. He's very big for the weight. 1 second. He's big for that weight. And so he beat Volkanovski. Okay, cool. Now they really need to do that rematch. And then he beat Max Holloway. Max Holloway, people, was a guy who had grown into lightweight, and then he came back down. I said it over and over again before that fight that Max Holloway was going to get knocked out. There's no doubt about it. The guy's coming back down in weight. That is not a good thing. That is a very dangerous thing. So I don't agree with this. I don't think Ilya deserves to be number 2. I like to call him Tilapia. I know that's not his name, but I don't know. Just like food names are good. Like you got Israel a la lasagna, right? And where is lasagna? Lasagna didn't lose that much. You took him off the top 10. What the F? This guy was incredibly dominant and very active fighter. He slips up for 2 seconds. They kick him right off the top 10. Wow. And then you got Islam. I mean, he beat... what has he done? I mean, yeah, he's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. But what did he do? He beat Volkanovski. He beat Volkanovski twice, but Volkanovski came up in weight, people. This guy didn't beat that guy at his natural weight. Okay? He didn't beat him at his natural weight. Yeah, he's got a string of wins on older fighters, right? I'd like to see him fight Justin Gaethje. I think that would be an interesting fight. Gaethje looked pretty good in his last performance. Let's see Gaethje fight him. I guess if Gaethje steps it up, I think actually in a lot of ways Islam is better than Khabib. I think he's got better striking and he's just as good as a wrestler. He's just as good, if not maybe even better. Khabib definitely had great ground and pound. I give him that, but this guy's a better striker. I think I would actually like to see this guy fight Khabib. I feel like that would be a super fight. UFC should try to set that up. Dana White, do it. All right. So we're going to go into more of these stories over here. All right. 1 second, please. Okay, I got to move this screen out of the way. I got a screen over here that's blocking my view. 1 second, people. I'm going to put the chat on the screen. 1 moment. 1 second. Okay. Okay, sorry, people. I'm dealing with some technical stuff here. All right, so we got White wants to TKO sanctioning bodies with Ali Act change. All right, so I read this earlier. This is just about removing the sanctioning bodies from their boxing organization. You have the no WBC. This is the last round. I don't know who that is, but he says no WBC, WBA, IBF, or WBO world titles in new boxing league. All right, and this is a quote from Dana White. It says, once somebody holds that belt, you don't need 3 letters in front of the belt. Whoever has the belt is the best in the world in that weight class. Dana White. So later on, if you go through this, it brings up it brings up how they want to bring in the UFC model into boxing. This is another quote here. It says the promotion is seeking to function like the UFC model by awarding its own TKO belts to the champions of the limited weight classes. I don't know why they said that, the limited weight classes. I mean, we don't need 20,000 weight classes, people. It's unnecessary. Now, I'm actually, in some ways, I'm pretty sure eventually they will bring in other weight classes, but they will not bring multiple belts to those different weight classes. I would suggest that you don't bring interim titles. Interim titles are bullshit. Stop doing that. You just have the ranking. You have the number one contender. That's it. You don't need to give a guy a belt before he got a belt. That devalues the belt. A lot of people, they get confused because they're looking at this. They're like, blah, 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 interim champion. It's like you put champion in his name and he's literally the number one contender. So why are you calling him the champion? That's retarded. All right, so it says TKO belts, the TKO champ. It's the limited weight classes once the promotion begins staging bouts, likely in 2026. Lance Pugmire reported, like the UFC, they want to sign fighters, put them in a league, and provide belts to them. An anonymous official told Pugmire. All right, so basically it's the UFC model. We know this. We've known this for a little while. And so I guess the Ali Act in some ways is standing in the way of this. I think the Ali Act really allows these fighters to kind of like duck fights. It really does, because it brings in all these belts, and then these guys can basically pick and choose who they want to fight. They'll have 4 belts, and then the sanctioning bodies get to do really like shady things, like they stage these fights between bums. You know, they'll have like a vacant belt, and then they'll stage a fight between some bums in order to protect one of the title holders who they might have dealings with another promotion or whatever. So it really falls to shit when you have so many damn titles. There's a lot of downfalls to it. And there's a lot of downfalls to the Ali Act. All right? Okay, 1 second, people. And people break the Ali Act all the time. You know that? I can give you many examples of it. In the Ali Act, these guys aren't supposed to be acting as promoters and managers, and that's exactly what we see all the time. We see promoters acting as managers. All right? Also, anyway, if you have a ranking system in a sport, that acts as a manager, right? You win fights, you've climbed the ladder, and the sport actually manages itself. That's really what happens. Right now, what you have is you definitely have promoters as managers, because they're trying to build up these fighters, right? They're trying to build up their investment. And so then they take this guy through they don't even take him through a ranking system. They just put them through a series of bullshit fights in order to build up their reputation, right? It's just fake. It's not even a real sport at that point. It's a popularity contest built on lies. Okay, so right now, okay, give me 1 second. This shit is confusing the hell out of me. I got multiple screens up here. All right, people. All right, so we got Aaron Pico. He's going to the UFC. He's signed the contract. Aaron Pico, if you don't know, he's a very good fighter. He's got a couple of losses. Some people like to point that out, but people, really, who gives an F? In boxing, people lose fights. I was going to say in boxing, because Pico has very good hands, very good boxer. He's a very exciting fighter. I'm happy to see him come to the UFC. He's probably going to have some very exciting fights. This guy is actually trained by Freddie Roach, pretty good boxer. I think Freddie Roach one time said that he could compete in pro boxing. He's very good, very good. That's a very good buy for the UFC. That guy could be a big star. All right, then UFC picked up Page. I forgot his name, something Page. It's the guy that basically, I feel like in a lot of ways, give me 1 second. In a lot of ways, Israel Adesanya took from him, with his kind of gimmick. Bob, what's up, Bob? 1 second, got other files playing. All right. A lot of technical stuff going on here, people. I want to just give me 1 moment to kind of organize some of my files here. Okay. All right, so we got a video here from Matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn. He's going to be talking about Bivol versus Better Biev. Sorry, not Better Biev. Bet versus Benavidez. Okay, give me 1 second. There's an advertisement right now. We're going to be watching this video and learn some stuff, people. Dude, don't you want to learn something once in your life? 1 second. This fucking advertisements, man. I fucking hate them. This is from Fight Hype.
I mean, let's get right into it. So, Jaron Ennis versus Amantes Stanionis. I got to ask you because I think a hardcore fight fan, somebody who understands what these two fighters bring, would say this is potentially a 50-50 fight. But obviously, Jaron's your guy. How do you see this fight playing out? Do you view it as 50-50 or do you favor Jaron big?
Give me 1 second,
you know,
people. All my screens fucking closed for some weird reason.
Then it's giving people hope. And, you know, although Tom Brown said, well, we've been chasing this fight, we never received a phone call before for Stanionis to fight Boots. You know, we did receive that phone call after the Chudazian fight, and I think it gave people a lot of confidence. If Boots performs like he did against Chudazian, it's a very, very dangerous fight. If he performs to the ability that we believe and know he has, he looks absolutely sensational and announces himself as a pound-for-pound star of the sport. But I love what Stanionis brings. You know, what he said there, all gas, no brakes. This guy is relentless, tough, great engine. He's a fantastic fighter. And you're right what you said about hardcore fight fans. Everybody who knows boxing knows that this is not just maybe a 50-50. This is probably the best.
Yeah, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here, people, but we're going to be going more into this later on, this fight. This in many ways is a cherry pick for Boots. He got some very good matchmakers. And not to say that Boots is 100% going to win this fight, because this guy does have potential to beat him and maybe create a very exciting fight. But I put it in the post, you guys see it there. This guy many times is allowed to low blow. And this is what I see happening in this fight. Stanionis is an action fighter. You know, he's an action fighter, he comes forward. One of his biggest problems is not a very big puncher. Now, if Stanionis was to actually load up on shots and hurt Boots, it might be another story. One of the things Stanionis has to do in this fight is push Boots back. Because Boots, as much as they make it out like he's some like slick boxer, he really isn't. He's kind of, in a lot of ways, a brawler. He's very susceptible to being hit. So Stanionis would be good to kind of beat this guy up in spots and move around a little bit. Because if he doesn't, I feel like he's going to trade with him on the inside, and he's going to get hit with some real low shots, really hard ones, and they're gonna shut him down. They're going to take all his gas out of his tank. It's going to be a big problem. But there's other factors here at play that play against Stanionis. But we're going to go into that when we really go into the fight, all right? We're just going to watch the rest of this video. Actually, it's 10 minutes long. We might not watch the whole video.
Fight of the year so far. And I think you'll get a tremendous matchup.
Eddie, I got to ask you because I was there yesterday in New York City with
I heard your question.
Thank you.
You actually answered the question in your question, which I thought was very good.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. What did you think about the fact that those two ladies went back and forth and just that whole thing? It's not normal for them.
Yeah, good. I mean, look, I think there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. You know, I mean, no one talks about the fact that we had to give up Amanda Serrano walking second in certain situations at the press conference and the fight and the weigh-in when Katie Taylor is the champion. She's the undisputed champion. You know, we had to.
El Barbarino in the comments says, do you think we're going to see more crossovers from boxing to UFC or vice versa? I think it's going to be a lot easier to make those kind of deals. I don't know if there's going to be more of them. There could be. I mean, they definitely would probably like to double dip. A lot of these, I'd see like some of the MMA fighters or boxers that are on the way out, they might try to do cross promotion. Well, it's not really a cross promotion because they're both part of the same company. They might make those kind of fights. I'd see those happening probably more likely, but we probably won't see, guys like Jake Paul or something in these promotions because they're going to have a tighter grip on their fighters, most likely with the boxers, especially boxers. And they probably would like to see Jake Paul fight a boxer, like an actual boxer. Like I could totally see Dana White trying to set up a fight between Jake Paul and an actual boxer who's going to come there to really knock that guy out.
To come down to 136 pounds for this fight, which is not a problem, by the way. But we still were very cordial in the negotiations, especially when it's 2-0, especially when Katie Taylor is the champion. But more importantly, like you said in your question, the WBC do not allow 3-minute rounds. And if you fight a 3-minute round...
All right, just to let you guys know, I saw Katie Taylor versus Serrano. I mean, I thought the fight was kind of terrible. Don't really want to watch it again. All right. So Eddie Hearn already talked about the Boots and his fight there. So we're going to move ahead. I don't care to hear about Katie Taylor. All right. I just found this video randomly. It just popped up in my feed, so I put it on. All right. All right. You got some more stuff over here. Give me one moment. My screen, the screen that has all my damn files on it closed. Okay. All right. Gotta close some of these damn files. I got so much stuff open. It's freaking insane. Okay. So this is this looks like this might be a good fight. All right. It's just announced. We got Hill versus Roundtree Jr. That could be really good, and that's going to happen on June 21st. All right. The tickets are going on sale on April 25th. All right. You're probably not going to it's I don't know what part of the world that is. Maybe Bob in the comments can tell me. All right. I'm assuming that's Africa or something. So it's Hill versus Roundtree. That could be a very exciting fight. These are two strikers, almost pure strikers. I guess Hill in some ways he likes to wrestle a little bit maybe, but that's going to be a striking match. I'm gonna if I have to make a prediction, I'd say Roundtree's going to knock him out. That guy is damn tough. It's a very good fighter when it comes to striking. I mean, he gave Pereira big problems. He almost put Pereira out. You know, Pereira's a big he's a big old dude, people. Big old dude. 1 second. Okay. Get into our next story. 1 second, please. Gonna get this Wu-Tang kid off my screen. All this Wu-Tang stuff. It's really quite disgusting. Okay, we got the weigh-in here for tomorrow's card. This is UFC 314 full card final face-offs from Miami. This is happening tomorrow, people. We're gonna watch a little bit of this. It's in an advertisement right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, we're gonna watch a little bit of the weigh-in that happened today, just a couple of hours ago. Hopefully UFC doesn't hit me with a copyright for this. I mean, come on, what the F?
Official weight 185. Miguel Alexander between Dumas, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit to some of the main fights on the card. All right. All right, so this is I think this is the guy that's gonna fight that dude, the one who's like kind of like a troll. He just seems like a sellout kind of guy. I think it's Bryce Mitchell. I think that's his name. He's the one saying all this wild stuff on the internet about wanting to go fishing with Hitler or whatever it is. I feel like the guy's like a total troll. He's an agent, people. I mean, but if you want to learn more about agents, you watch our show. It's called CW News. We got a new episode coming out real soon. It's a Kraken or the name of the episode is Kraken or yeah, Joe Rogan would be into the beat part. All right, so we got this guy slapping his chest. He got a lock on there. Maybe he knows how to like pick locks, people. All right, so here we go. We got the troll himself. He is a good fighter. All right, let's watch this face off.
Official weight 146.
All right, so there it is. Bryce Mitchell, prepared, ready. This guy like supposed to have like a tattoo of like a computer chip on the back of his head with like wires coming out of it. Like, what is that? That's a weird tattoo, man.
It's gonna be a wild one, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Silva.
He should have went like full like Bam Bam Bigelow. He really should have. You know, Bam Bam Bigelow had a really cool tattoo. The old wrestler. Okay, so Mitchell over here. Hopefully, hopefully it's an exciting fight. I got some more guys. I got Pitbull. This is another guy that they brought over from Bellator. Yeah, guy's in very good shape. I think this is the guy who knocked out Paige at one point, so that's another fight they can make. I don't know if this is his debut. I assume it is. He's a very good fighter. That's gonna be. This is a good fight. This is gonna be a good fight. This is a card to watch, people. They got some good fights in this card. Yair, a very high level. I think his name is Yair. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Very high level, very good striker. And this is going to be a striking match.
Another
this Pitbull would maybe most likely knock out the other Pitbull in boxing, the Pitbull Cruz. All right, we're going to see some more of the weigh-ins. It's happening tomorrow night, people. The UFC needs to hire me because look. I'm going to replace Joe Rogan. But I'm not going to be like Joe Rogan, but I'm going to take his job. All right? No, they won't let me do that. I'm too tall and too attractive, you know? There he is, Patty. I think they call him Patty the Batty. And to me, that just sounds a little bit gay. I just gotta say it. I mean, if that, you know, that's what you're into, you know. I mean, it just sounds a little bit. Yeah. Beta. All right, Patty's in very good shape. Say Patty the Batty. That's like a thing you call like a sexy lady. Beta.
And we're gonna beat up that woman beater.
All right. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. That's a joke, people. Hey, you got Michael never took steroids. Chandler looking he's always in really good shape, people. This is also probably going to be a very good fight. This card got some fights on it, people. That man looks like a live-action Ninja Turtle. He looks a little bit like our lizard. We have a lizard. When he did that scream there. That dude got some straight up fucking 70s hair. Look at that hair this guy got. Man, he looks like he was in a video with the Beatles and he played bass. Wait a second. He looks like he might be a bassist for like one of those those bands, Thes. You know, back in the 1960s, every band had like a The in it. That's what he looks like. He looks like he would sound like Ringo Starr, this guy. He really does. And I think he actually does sound kind of like one of the Beatles. All right. So these guys are giving each other the pound. They're all happy. You know, it's a little too nice. You're a little too nice here. You need to spit in his face, Chandler, and call him the N-word. By N-word, I mean nice or neat. Don't call me neat. You don't want to be called neat, people, because it's just, it's not manly to be neat, right? You got to be a dirty pig. You know how they okay, let's hear this.
Closer and closer to a title shot. Give us your thoughts on what this matchup means to you.
This is my step closer to becoming a world champion, and I can't wait for it. You know what I mean? The Miami fans cannot wait to see the body.
That is not a very badass voice. You want to see the body? Oh my God. What is up with that voice, bro? Beta!
I'm here with Michael Chandler, ladies and gentlemen. Mike. Patty the Batty. Michael, another high-profile fight.
So cheesy.
Give us your thoughts on what goes down tomorrow night.
Gosh damn it, I'm just excited to compete for you, Miami. I show up every single time. I'm excited. I'm here to prove there are levels to this game. All respect to Patty.
That's so played out. I remember back on one of those HBO 24/7s, there was some British guy who came out and he says, there's levels to this shit. Ever since that guy said that, everyone says it. It's sort of like when Roger Mayweather came out and says, yeah, you don't know shit about boxing. After that guy said that, everybody started saying that. It got annoying. Everyone says it, even if you know a lot more about boxing than the person who's saying this to you. It happens to me all the time. They're like, you don't know shit about boxing. And I'm like, bro, then if that's the case, then why do I know so much more than you? Also, you don't know shit about boxing? It sounds pretty stupid. It is kind of odd that everyone started saying it.
It was a quick turnaround, but that's who I am and who I've always been. And I paid the ultimate price for that.
All right, so we got like walkout music for a fucking weigh-in. Like, what the hell? Okay, so I think this is Volkanovski.
It's gonna commit so hard.
We're gonna skip ahead a little bit. Okay, Volkanovski. They got a whole like screen. I guess they had it open to the public. Like, what's up with all this build-up? Like, bro, it's like the WWE over here. All right, so we got the MMA's version of Pauly Shore, or maybe, or I'd say he looks more like Corey Feldman. He's like if Corey Feldman was a Chad, right?
Official weight 145. And his opponent, one of the all-time greats, the former generation
That dude really should get rid of that fucking mullet, huh? Wow, I can't even talk over here. All right, so it's 145. All right, so he's gone back down in weight. These guys are some big guys. So this 145, that other guy looks enormous. He's 145 and he's shredded. Both guys are, even though this isn't the official weigh-in, this is like the post weigh-in. This isn't the first weigh-in. But I mean, come on, the dude's still looking shredded. They don't have much weight on them. They don't have much fat or water on them yet. That's crazy. The guys are very big for 145. Just so you people know, if I was to weigh 145, I'd be dead. One time in my life, I weighed 160 pounds and I looked like a damn skeleton. It's terrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Diego. Diego, it's been an incredibly rapid but spectacular rise. To get yourself into contention tomorrow night, you get that opportunity to fight for the title. Give us your thoughts on that and your opponent, Alex.
Well, Alex is an amazing guy, great fighter. But I think this is my moment. It's my moment. I put for everybody.
Why is this guy in the back looking at him like that? Look at that dude in the back. That dude looks fucking insane. Here, let's zoom into this guy over here. What's his effing problem? Oh, wrong poster. Sorry about that, people. Wrong one. Look at this dude over here. He's all in his face, like staring a hole through him. He's like, don't say it. Don't say it. I told you not to say it.
Saturday night, I put the show for everybody.
He's intimidating. Look, it's not like he was interpreting or anything for him. Like, why was he that close? That was fucking creepy. Let's see that again. Watch this again. Wait. Let's go back and see this guy. This is weird. Like, why is he so close to this man?
It's been an incredibly rapid but spectacular rise. To get yourself into contention tomorrow night.
Look. He's like right in his damn face. What the hell, bro? Back up.
Fight for the title. Give us your thoughts on that and your opponent, Alex.
Well, Alex is an amazing guy.
You better not talk shit about Alex. You better not. He looks like that dude from Jay and Silent Bob, the one who talks a lot of shit. He looks like the one with the long hair.
But I think this is my moment. It's my moment. I put for everybody.
Why does this dude look like Junior DeSantos? Like, yeah, now that I look at him, he looks like a little tiny, like smaller Junior DeSantos. He even talks like him. He's like, I hit you with a punch. I hit you with a punch.
First of all, sir, it's great to see you back.
Damn, that dude, his face is all sucked in.
Title. Give us your thoughts on how much this means to you and Diego Lopez as an opponent.
It's good to be back. We're back. You're a dangerous squad, but that strap's coming back with me, baby. Let's go!
I can't wait to watch you. Good luck to you, sir. Alexander Volkanovski, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming out to the weigh-ins. We will see you tomorrow night.
All right, so there's the weigh-ins. Tomorrow night, it looks like they're gonna have a couple of good fights on that card. There, we're gonna get out of the screen here. 1 second. Gonna go back to our other screen. All right, so that looks like that could be a good card tomorrow. Tune in. That is UFC what? I think it's 313. Am I wrong? Or was it 314? Anyway, it's happening tomorrow night. Okay, I'm gonna have to check the time on that one, but we're gonna actually see that later in this broadcast. All right. All right, let's get into more of our stories. That actually is UFC 314, and that is happening tomorrow night. Give me 1 second. Just turning off some screens I got over here. Okay. Okay, so what do we got over here? We got some more stuff. This was what I showed earlier about Dana White wanting to change some addendums to the Ali Act. All right. You got another story here that I've already showed you. Aaron Pico is in the UFC. He's been signed to a contract. All right, so we got a story here. This is from Tim Bradley. He's talking about a possible rematch between Roach and Tank Davis. All right, give 1 second. You know how it is, people. You know how it is having the greatest channel known to man, but not getting the millions of views. If this is the first time you've been in here, remember to subscribe to the real Futv, the greatest channel known to man. It really is amazing, people. It really is. It really is. It's not, but it is the. Don't you dare call me the S word, okay? And by S word, I mean. Okay? All right. 1 second. All right, so I got to zoom this in so I can actually freaking rate it. 1 second. All right. All right, so it says Tim Bradley singles out Tank Davis for criticism. This is written so weird. He singles him out for criticism. His name is getting dragged through the mud. And then it says Tim Bradley gave his opinion on a probable Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach rematch. Davis secured a majority draw in their first fight to retain his WBA lightweight title. However, the fight was marred by controversy when the referee failed to call a 10-8 round for Roach in the 9th round. Okay, so you see, I don't agree with that because that round, Tank Davis was actually winning that round. He was winning the round. And the controversy really was the referee call. Now they're saying here that the controversy was when the ref failed to call a 10-8 round. Okay, now obviously that's controversial, right? Because some people believe that he should have called a knockdown, but people, you have to remember the knockdown has to be due to a punch. In boxing, if you get something in your eye, it's not something it's at the discretion of the referee to determine if that was from a punch. Now, guys can't do this all day. You know, obviously, fighters can't just go to a knee whenever they feel like, because it opens the potential for them to lie when they're in a really like stressful or hard spot. They might just take a knee and lie. You know, this is why this is uncommon. But we see this all the time, the special treatment in boxing, and this is one of the reasons why I welcome, a more like strict return to the rules of the sport to actually take away all this special treatment and just kind of treat all the fighters the same, right? And so if you go down to a knee, bro, you know, you kind of fucked up. You're gonna lose that point. But I don't know if I agree with that. Even if you were to call that a knockdown, I don't agree that that would be called a 10-8 round. That actually might be a 10-9 round, okay? All right, so the referee failed to call a 10-8 round for Roach in the 9th round. In the 9th round, Tank took a knee voluntarily before going to his core. Sorry, I'm reading this. I got to zoom this in a little bit more. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm zooming it. All right, so it says he failed to call a 10-8 round for Roach in the 9th round. This is just written. There's no punctuation in here at times. This must be like written by freaking AI or something. In the 9th round, Tank took a knee voluntarily before going to his corner to wipe some grease from his face. The referee should have started counting, which would have made it a 10-8 round, giving Roach Tank's WBA lightweight title on the scorecards. So again, I don't agree with that. I mean, I think the commentators, I mean, you could say that they're paid off. They actually had it for Tank. Me and Bob had it we had it a draw. Right? Now, if you bring in that knockdown, the thing is, let's read this again, just so people understand, because this is in some ways a revisionist history, right? This is them just assuming the outcome of the fight without knowing the outcome. Now, who's to say that if this ref said that like, let's imagine that the referee did count it as a knockdown. Who's to say that Tank would have lost as many rounds as he lost after they didn't call the knockdown? Because it actually, if they would have said it was a knockdown, he might have put his foot on the gas and beat this guy up, like really put a real pressure on him, started hurting him, maybe even dropped him a couple of times or one time, right? So we really don't know, and this is why we need to have a rematch, right, to really settle this. And then the referee really needs to be strict. They need a good referee that's going to call this shit and to tell Tank before the fight, I don't give a fuck if you got grease in your eyes. If you go down to a knee at any point, if it's gouged in the eye with a thumb, or you've been smashed with a low blow or a headbutt, we're not going to allow you to do that again, okay? All right, so okay, let's start doing it. Sorry, I keep losing my place. The referee should have started counting which would have made it a 10-8 round, giving Roach Tank's WBA lightweight title on the scorecard. Roach's team appealed the decision to the New York State Athletic Commission. However, Davis was lucky as the commission upheld the original ruling. All right, so like I said, people, we don't know what the outcome would have been, but the way they word this is like, they make it like they just know what was going to happen. They say like, oh, well, if it was called a knockdown, then the outcome would have been the same. No, we don't know that. We really don't know that. For all we know, Tank would have put his foot on the gas and knocked this guy out. We don't even know. Or Roach, who knows what Roach would have done? Maybe Roach would have slipped up. Maybe he would have been sleeping because he's like, oh, I knocked him down. I'm winning. And he would have got maybe even more open to getting hit with a shot or getting knocked out or whatever. We don't know. We don't know the outcome, what would have happened. Maybe Tank would have picked it up and won more rounds and, you know, just got a win instead of a draw. Maybe would have got a win. We don't know. But they didn't rule it as a knockdown, right? I didn't think it was a knockdown when I watched it, but it was bizarre. It's at the discretion of the ref, people. He didn't call it a knockdown. That's what it is, okay? All right, so now we're going to look at what Bradley had said. This is Bradley's reaction. He says he landed on Tank Davis, and he was there battling mentally, going back and forth. He handled his business. He did a great job. The second time around, look, Tank knows what he brings. Tank knows he's tough opposition. Look, people, the thing is that Tank fought this guy twice in the past. He knew that he was a hard fight. He really should have brought more to the table. And yeah, it looked to me like Tank was kind of being lazy in there. And I've said it in the past in some of my other videos that this guy he trains like a very lazy fighter. In many ways, Tank is like what they call an Amero bum. He's a lazy fighter. He likes to let you throw a bunch, and then later on in the fight, he catches you. The issue is that this guy Roach was walking him down many times and then kind of trapping him, so it forced him to fight more, but he really wasn't fighting enough. He needed to throw more punches. He wasn't throwing enough. All right, so Tim Bradley goes on, and he talks about how he feels like, all right, he said, I don't know. Let me see this. It says there, I'm going through this some more. It's he's supposed to do the first time. All the shit that happened is swept under the rug. That's just how the fans and the sport are, Bradley said. So he believes that Tank Davis will beat him in the rematch, I assume. All right, I'm not going to go through the whole article. There's a lot of stuff here. But Tim Bradley believes that Tank Davis, it looks like Tim Bradley believes that Tank Davis will win in the rematch. And that's what I think. I think he'll get it in the rematch, but who knows? Who knows? But we need to have a rematch. We really do. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get to the next article. All right. I think Roach has a shot, but I think Tank Davis really didn't show as much as people don't like him. I'm not a huge fan of him. As much he didn't look amazing in that fight at all. But I always thought that Roach would look good in there. I thought he had a shot at beating Tank. He did have a shot, and there is a case to be made that he won the fight, right? So, but there's some people actually think Tank won it. I mean, with the knockdown, it's harder to say that. I mean, if you do count it as a knockdown, but it was a very close fight. Again, me and Bob actually scored it as a draw. We went through it round by round. All right. So we got Penn versus Harrison over here, and we have all right, so we also have I think this is the article. I read an article earlier today. Amanda Nunes was in the crowd at one of these fights, and it looks like Amanda Nunes is coming back. All right, so this fight actually might be really good. I mean, I guess I feel, you know what's going to end up happening, I think the reason why Amanda Nunes is coming back, it has more to do with Kayla Harrison. I think Pena's going to lose to this woman. This woman is going to beat the shit out of her. This lady is ridiculously strong, and she's actually a pretty good striker. I think she just beat Holly Holm. I don't know if I'd have to go look it up, but I'm pretty sure she just fought Holly Holm and dominated. She's a very, very powerful woman. I don't know if she's on sauce, but she definitely looks like it. That's for damn sure. All right, and so here we have another article here. 1 second, I have to zoom this in. 1 second, please. Okay. All right, so it says, watch. Amanda Nunes seemingly confirms UFC return ahead of Pena-Harrison title fight. I should have looked at the date. Sorry about that, people. Oh, damn it. I already removed the file. Okay, I'm gonna look at that later, but that is an interesting fight because that is the wait, I gotta lower this music. It sounds like that is what sets up who is the queen of the bantamweight division. I think Harrison's gonna destroy Pena, and I think what's gonna end up happening is that we're gonna see Amanda Nunes fight Harrison, and Harrison I think is gonna smoke her. Look, if Harrison could stand up to the striking, like she can avoid it, she might destroy Amanda Nunes. This lady is extremely strong. Okay, we got a video here. Let's see this. Hopefully we can hear it. There's no audio. Give me 1 second. Where the F is the audio over here?
For Kayla. There we go.
Do I think Amanda Nunes fights again? She just said yes.
All right, so she said yes. So what I see, I guess she needs some cash. She needs some money. I guess the Pena or the Harrison fight poses there's money to be made there from both those fights because her and Pena were supposed to have like a rubber match, right? That's what they were supposed to have. She had lost the first fight versus her. She won the second fight. She didn't get the knockout. Pena actually finished Amanda Nunes. But this Harrison lady, this lady is a freaking. She's a freaking monster, people. She is a very dangerous woman fighter. Ridiculously strong. I would show some of her fights, but the thing is that the UFC is so tight on their content, they would probably pull the stream down. All right, we got El Barbarino in the comments says, it's really mostly just an indicator that we are in a talent desert. What do you mean by that, Bob? You talking about boxing? I mean, I think the UFC still got some talent. They still have some talent. They don't have the kind of like showy guys, like the WWE kind of guys, flamboyant, except for like a guy like O'Malley. But I think in a lot of ways, the UFC has more stars or more star power than boxing right now. People wouldn't agree, but I mean, come on, these guys take on all comers. We got to give them some respect for that. So Amanda Nunes is coming out of retirement. It was confirmed right here. She's smiling. She's happy. There's her kid. She has her kid, and I guess she's thinking that, bro, I'm bored. So she's gonna come out, and I predict she's gonna lose. I think she's gonna lose. That lady Harrison could beat her in a multitude of ways. I think she's either gonna out wrestle her, submit her, or just beat the shit out of her. But Amanda Nunes does have a shot. She has some decent striking, and she is a submission artist. But I think that lady, the Harrison, is a very good wrestler, and I think she knows submissions as well. I think she actually won in the Olympics. I have to go look that up. I think for judo or something. She is a monster.
And question for Kayla. There we go.
Okay, Kayla Harrison, yes.
Which means that me booing her in Canada was right.
Oh, wait. What's going on? Is that Pena? What the hell? Like, they just said Kayla Harrison, didn't they? Why did Pena start talking? What the F? That's her name, Pena, right? Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure I'm right. Hopefully I'm not getting these names all mixed up. All right, so Amanda Nunes, people, she coming back, bro. She's coming back. Are you angry about that? I'm going to go back to that other article real fast to tell you guys when that's happening. Okay, so it says with Nunes confirmed this has got to be written by AI. Okay, I'm getting a phone call here. I don't know why. Give me 1 second, people. I'm getting a phone call. 1 minute. 1 second. Gotta put on some music here so you don't hear my phone call. 1 second. All right. Hopefully, I'm going to go check the stream right now. Barbarino called me up on the phone and said that my stream got kicked down. I'm going to go check and see if that happened. Hopefully, it didn't. I should have put my notification on here for fair use, because this is fair use. Like, YouTube must be really fucking with me if this got kicked down. All right. Okay, so the stream is still up. Sorry about that, people. All right. All right, so we're gonna go. We talked about Pena there. Pena is she's gonna be fighting Harrison, who is a very dangerous opponent. We have the return of Amanda Nunes. That's some exciting stuff for the female division in the bantamweight, the female bantamweight division in the UFC. That should be pretty exciting. Okay. We got a fighter here. His name, I'm going to put it on my screen. Give me 1 second. All right. So I'm going to turn off the sad music. It's very sad. This is some effing sad music. We don't need to be sad, people. The stream is still up. We're pretty damn awesome. It's just the way it is. All right. That's no, we can't do that. We got to get a. All right. So we got a article here from a UFC fighter that's been removed. All right, Gabriel Miranda removed from UFC roster after a 1-3 run. I guess he was losing. He was 1-1 and lost 3. That's not too good. UFC's not big into that. You got to win. All right, got to lower this a little bit. All right, so I guess they didn't. Did they read him his Miranda rights? His last name is Miranda. Get it? Yeah, I know it's pretty cheesy. So Gabriel's been removed. Sorry about that, buddy. Maybe you can get some wins and come back, right? And come back harder and stronger, you know? Not in the Joe Rogan kind of way, you know? Sorry. Got a lot of UFC news here. This is we already talked about this earlier. This has to do with the Ali Act. More negativity about Dana White. He's trying to basically bring in the UFC kind of format into boxing. I welcome it. I really do in a lot of ways. Hopefully the fighters make the right pay. If they don't, they're probably not going to sign with with that promotion, TKO. But I think they're going to get in the big stars, and they're going to most likely be owning the future of boxing. And they're going to bring in a more strict system where they basically bring in a ladder system where guys actually have to fight, and they don't get to cherry pick. It's the company before the greed, you know. And obviously these promotions and the people that power the sport are going to be making most likely the bulk of the money. But people, is that really the worst thing in the world? I mean, they're the ones who are supplying the platform, right? They brought in the platform. But I guess boxing already had a platform, right? But it is dying. The way it's structured right now, these guys are allowed to cherry pick as much as they want. They're allowed to fight in a very cowardice way, and they're given the special treatment and get basically given wins. The promoters control the whole sport, and they're all connected with everyone else. This sport, not sport, maybe this league, their goal is to create a great product that brings boxing back to its popularity. And with that, you're probably going to be able to give the fighters very, very good, multi-million-dollar contracts and all that. But you can't have these guys getting this $100 million a fight, and they just have one fucking fight and they can retire off of that. So it's like, how do you keep your sport alive? I mean, look, people, look over here. We got Terrence Crawford. He's about to fight Canelo, right? This guy's smiling. He's smiling. Oh, yeah, Bob in the comments says, but it kicked me out of the stream. I'm sorry. It's all right, Bob. All right. So that's Kendrick Lamar. It says the richest rapper ranked by their net worth. Okay, so there's some rappers in here, people. This has absolutely nothing to do with combat sports. This is a combat sports show. That's Lil Kim. Lil Kim. Okay. Oh, wow. She sold over 15 million albums. What the F is wrong with people? That's a lot of albums. Who's that? She got a bone around her neck? Who's this guy? Okay, this guy got a net worth of $7 million. How does that happen? There's Ice Spice. She looks like a chichichia, but like an orange one, like an orange chichichia. They're saying she got $8 million. It's a racist country, people. She's estimated her net worth is estimated between 1.2 million to 8 million. I mean, people, that's a big gap there. I mean, how do you even get that? That's a big gap. That's like saying, oh, her net worth is 1.2 million or 100 million. I mean, that's a big gap. That's millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. Lauryn Hill worth 9 million. That's not that much. I mean, look, compared to this other lady who's got worth 8 million, and she just started. You got Doja Cat over here. Doja Cat, she worth 10 million. How's that? But the standards again lower. I mean, come on. Lauryn Hill had some big hits, man. They're still playing her music in movies now, right? And then she got songs that she put out like 20 years ago that are still making money. You know what I feel like? I feel like the worse the music, the worse the music, the more money these motherfuckers got. This guy over here, this guy got, did they say he's got a net worth of $26 million? This guy is one of the worst ones of all the ones. Well, I mean, Ice Spice pretty damn bad. Quavo. That sounds like a booze drink. You got Offset over here. This guy Offset, I think he's part of that same group. 26 mil, huh? It's like I said, the worse it gets, the more money it gets. Like $30 million for body, 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 body. You know what I always think of when I think of that song? I think of Yeti. And you see like Yetis like twerking and like their hair is kind of, you get the Yetis all wet. You know, put water on them, right? And their hair is like flopping around. I feel like that'd be pretty sexy. I'm kidding. Not sexy, funny. All right, look at this. You got Lil Jon over here worth 30 mil, right? That's pretty good. He did good for himself with this. Oh yeah! All right, sorry, we got something else on the screen that is not relevant. Good thing it wasn't on the screen any kind of All right, give me 1 second. One second. All right, so we're gonna get some more of our stories. We got it on there. I wanted to see if there was some more rappers, some more funny ones that got loads of money. Okay, we got another one over here. Some more about rappers. This kind of just happened out of nowhere. I don't know what's up. $30 million Ludacris net worth. Who's this guy? Big Boy. I don't know how to say that. I guess that's boy. 30 mil for this guy, whoever the fuck he is. I mean, Andre 3000 is one of the best ones there, I think. 35 mil. At least someone who's semi-talented got what he's worth, I guess. Future, that's the guy who's... He's in the Madonna song. He's like, Sparkle. Like, the guy literally says random sounds with auto-tune on his voice. He's got the most... This guy got more money than Andre 3000, who's a million times more talented than him, along with Lauryn Hill and all that. You know, way more talent. This guy got more money than both of them. Then you got 50 Cent. He's worth a lot more than 50 Cent. There's a lot of 50s in there. There's a lot of 50s. 40 million. This guy had the vitamin water brand. He sold it off. Cardi B, 40 mil. Right? There you go. It's a net worth, 40 million. Right? They probably hide a lot of their money, right? Lizzo worth 40 mil as well. What is this? They're all 40 mil? Post Malone, 45 million. That's a little bit more. Oh my God, they got 40 fucking people. I'm not going to look at this whole thing. Common's got that much money, worth 45 mil. You keep going. Hey man, I'm Ice-T. Ice-T, it says he's worth what? 60 million. From what? Law and Order? That's a lot of Law and Order money. We got Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine over here. And J. Cole, 60 million. I want to put money that Kendrick Lamar's at the top of this shit. He's going to be, right? He's got to be. Right? 75 million for DJ Khaled. However you say that. Amir Khan's fat cousin. 75 million for Kendrick Lamar. I don't know if I believe that, but I think he actually has more money than that. I heard he bought a house in, I think, California that was valued at $40 million. It's a lot of money. Maybe his wife could take it from him later on, right, guys? That's very sad. Sorry about that. That has absolutely nothing to do with combat sports. That has to do with the incredibly, incredibly poor state of music. That this trash is making that much money. Because that music is 100% built for beta. For betas. For betas. It's for betas, people. And a lot of
wanted that gold medal. I know it's emotional, but a
lot of bitches listen to that trash music. My bitches, I mean dudes that are bitches.
And we're gonna beat up that woman beater.
A lot of those dudes are women beaters, right? And then you got over here, you got Canelo. Benavidez is coming after Canelo, and Canelo's like, no, I don't want to fight you. I have nightmares about him. And Dave Benavidez is like, bro, I'm fighting Bivol. And then Bivol's like, I don't want to fight you right now. I got another fight. I'm kidding. Bivol's going to fight. Most likely Bivol is going to fight Benavidez eventually. I can't say the same for Canelo. I don't think he ever wants to fight him.
But before that.
Yes, before that, Bivol will be fighting Beterbiev.
But before that.
He might fight Canelo before that. That would be really fucking annoying. I hope he doesn't. I hope he fights Benavidez, and then maybe and then maybe Canelo comes up in weight, and maybe then he fights Benavidez. That'd be great. I mean, Benavidez is the future of boxing, people. He really is. He's the future. I say 168. He was the future. Canelo didn't let him give him the opportunity to win that title. He was too busy running away in fear. You know, he was running away. You know, he was inside that coffin. He's hiding in that coffin. And he's waiting. You know, he's waiting for his opportunity to strike at a like he's just sitting there and boom, he just jumps out. That's Canelo. He jumps out to fight William Scald, a bum. Okay, that's when he comes out and he's like, time to fight, right? But he ain't gonna do that for a real fighter, right? All right, so we got some more stories here. Then we're gonna get into the Boots Ennis fight, which is happening tomorrow. Okay, so we got Dylan Dennis, this guy over here. He was going to fight on, he had a bout set. Give me 1 second. I got to zoom this crap in. The letters are incredibly small. All right, so it says Dylan Dennis promised new fight after KSI and Tony Ferguson bouts canceled. All right, so this dude needs to just go fight in fucking MMA. Like, what the hell? This guy, people, is an MMA fighter. Why is he fighting Jake Paul and like, or he fought Logan Paul, then he wants to fight KSI, a YouTuber. Then he's going to fight an almost retired Tony Ferguson. I mean, what the fuck is this? All right, so both these were canceled. You got the poster over here for the Tony Ferguson fight. Find this old-ass Tony Ferguson. Yeah, so the fight's been canceled. Dylan Dennis looking for another fight. I'm going to assume he's going to try to fight a wrestler or something. Who cares? Who fucking cares? This guy needs to go and have an actual fight somewhere, you know? Who the hell is Dylan Dennis? This guy, he must be hanging out at all the coke parties because you got all these Paul brothers and everyone trying to give him fights, you know? All right. Okay, I got some duplicate articles over here, just removing some of them. 1 second, please. All right, so we got a very sad story here. Very sad. And since it's sad, we're going to play some music that is not sad. All right, going to close this up real quick. All right, UFC fighter Phoenix home was reportedly burglarized. Championship belt stolen. Okay, 1 second. That's the Usyk music, people, you're hearing. It's pretty epic. It's pretty damn epic. Oh my God, the article keeps freaking changing. Okay. Days after professional fighter Henry Cejudo appeared to have apprehended and accused. Oh, wait, give me a second. Oh my God, the story just keeps turning itself off. What the F is going on? Okay, so, all right, so let me move this. I'm gonna move this over here real quick, people, so I can actually see this without it fucking disappearing. Okay, so days after Henry Cejudo apprehended and accused impaired driver, drunk driver, I assume, right? Impaired. He might have been on some kind of drug. It doesn't have to be drunk driving, but an impaired driver. He apprehended him. So I'm assuming the person was driving like an idiot, and he said, "Hey, motherfucker, come here." I say he apprehended this man near his Phoenix home. He was reportedly the victim. This is Henry Cejudo. He was reportedly the victim of a burglary. All right, and it's a burglar who stole one of his championship belts. On his weekly pound for pound with Kamir and Henry show, which he hosts along with fellow mixed martial artist Kamir Usman, however you pronounce his name, Usman. Cejudo said that on April 8th, intruders broke into his family's Baltimore area home and stole a championship UFC belt and more than $10,000 in podcast equipment. Wow, that's a lot of damn podcast equipment, bro. You investing a lot. It's kind of bad because, I mean, we're just doing it way better. It's just the way it is. The apparent burglary occurred just days after Cejudo says he prevented a driver who crashed into his neighbor's house from fleeing the scene. That incident went viral, and there were multiple media outlets in his neighborhood reporting on it. Cejudo told Usman during the most recent installment of the show, the news was so big, so they really had a chance to go through our neighborhood. This is the direct quote from Cejudo. Again, this some of this stuff I feel like is written by AI. Okay, so it says that they went through our neighborhood, said Cejudo, who won a gold medal in wrestling at the 2008 Olympics in Beijing. Days later, somebody comes into my studio, breaks in. This is after he apprehended the guy. I mean, he did people. No good deed goes unpunished, I guess, huh? Maybe the guys got pissed and sent people to his house to rob him. They're like, bro, this guy stopped me from driving drunk. All I did was smash into his neighbor's house with my car. All right, so Cejudo says somebody comes into my studio, breaks into my studio, and pretty much steals my camera and steal. Oh my God, an advertisement just turned on and blocked my view. Okay. Okay, so, oh my God. Sorry, people. This is all over the place. There's ads popping up all over the shit. If I had to know, okay, if I had known someone had stolen the belt and we'd been burglarized, I would have called the cops. I would have called Henry right then and there, Rush said. Some person named Rush, whoever the fuck that is. Maybe it's the you know, the band Rush, you know? All right, so I'm going to read this last part of it. It says, Cejudo told, this is from the interview before the advertisement. This page, this is USA Today's website. The shit is filled with advertisements. It's fucking annoying. Cejudo told Usman that his producer, Dylan Rush, was sleeping in the studio, which maybe Rush is the one that robbed his equipment. Why is he sleeping in the studio? That's weird. What, was he stealing things? He's like, yo, bro, somebody broke in. Meanwhile, it was him who sold all the guy's shit. All right, so Rush was sleeping in the studio, which is connected to Cejudo's home at the time of the break-in. Rush went on the show to say when he was half asleep, he saw someone come into the studio and thought it was Cejudo. This guy's probably drugged out his mind. This motherfucker's watching a guy steal Cejudo's stuff. And this is when he says, if I would have known someone had stolen the belt and we'd been burglarized, I would have called the cops. I would have called Henry right then. So little midget Henry's going to show up and fight the guy who has a knife or a gun. And then Rush said, this is crazy to me. The fact that all this happened, Usman said. Now it's Usman. What the fuck is it? Whatever. This is a crazy story, people. This guy, most likely Henry Cejudo, has a friend who's a drug addict who robbed his shit. The guy said he was in the damn room when they took the stuff. What the F? What does anybody have to say about this? Okay, give me 1 second. I just basically turned off my fucking screen that has all my files in it for the show. All right. That's why I got to have Bob in here, and people. It's very hard managing all this stuff at the same time, but I go on. I have to. Because deep down inside, this is one of the things I was built to do. To be a great musician, an artist, and the creator of one of the greatest shows known to man. Remember to subscribe to the real Futv, people. It is the greatest channel known to man. It really effing is. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Do it now. Do it or I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. I love you and I don't even know you. Okay, we're back. We're back. Remember to subscribe to the greatest channel on demand. We're going to go more on into these combat sports stories, articles. All right, upcoming fights and my breakdown. We're going to get out of here soon. All right, give me 1 second. I'm looking for my folder, which has all my files in it that I need to use to go through the show. 1 second. All right. All right, so I'm looking around for my folder like this, like I'm like Jean-Claude Van Damme, and I just cannot find my damn folder. I think hopefully I found it. Okay, that is not the folder. I'm going to get it. Don't worry, people. Don't get angry. Okay, so the show was not TKO'd. I just found my folder. Okay, we're going to go on to the next story. It's not really much a story. All right, so women's boxing champions list. Okay, they got a list of champions, people. Nope, that is the chat. That is not the article. Okay. Okay. All right, so we got over here. It don't really mean anything. I mean, this is a list of the women's champions. We got Clarissa Shields covered up in these titles. What I thought was funny is that Clarissa Shields like basically avoid. Am I wrong? Did she avoid the light heavyweight division? Maybe there's some women in there that could beat her ass. Is that why? Because she jumped from, what was it? She's got titles as a middleweight. And then she's got 0 titles at super middleweight. She's bypassed that division. Is there people in there she wants to not fight? Then light heavyweight, she has no belts there. And she goes and she bypasses the super middleweight and the light heavyweight and goes straight to heavyweight. And then fights a series I, and fights a woman up there who's kind of a bum. And I think that she only has like one, am I wrong? Does she have like one fight up there at heavyweight? And she fought like a bum, like an absolute bum. This lady was like 45, who's fought like basically no one. I just think the state of women's boxing really isn't that great. Clarissa Shields, she's one of the biggest names. I don't know that much about it, but from what I've seen, I'm not too big into it. But yeah, I just find that kind of odd that Clarissa Shields like leapfrogged over 2 divisions. She didn't fight. She went and then fought a bum. Right? 1 second. Maybe I got to look up her career some more, but like I just find that odd. Maybe she did fight in those divisions, but she has no titles in any of them. I'm gonna assume that she didn't fight, and she didn't fight in those other 2 divisions. She leapfrogged to fight a bum. Okay, so this is the UFC card that's happening tomorrow. We're just gonna scroll through this real quick. All right, we're gonna look at some of the fights that are happening. Looking like a pretty good card. See what counts some of these fights. Got Volkanovski coming back. I think his last fight was, I forget. Did he lose his last fight? I got to go look into that. All right, so they got a couple of good fights on here. We got, from what I see, I got 1, 2, 3. I mean, that Patty fight could be good. Chandler, Patty. This Pitbull fight versus Yair, that looks good. This one might be good too. The Bryce Mitchell one. The return of Dominic Reyes, that should be good. You got Jim Miller in there. Darren Elkins. There's a couple of decent fights on here. I would tune into it. I don't know how much it costs. Hopefully it's not like $90 or something. What is this? This ain't a fight pass. This is a pay-per-view, right, guys? Okay, I'm going to go look at the tickets. Can you still buy tickets? What the F? 1 second. So I guess there's still tickets on sale. Isn't that crazy? All right. So it starts at 6 p.m. I'm going to go to on their page and look up how to watch it. But I'm pretty sure this is a pay-per-view. It's probably on 1 second. It's going through their page right now. How the hell they should really have like a button to like buy just to see how much this thing costs. Watch on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Order. Let's see this. Okay, I'm going through their webpage right now, people. Okay, so the card the main card starts at 10 p.m. tomorrow. I just want to tell you how much this damn thing costs. Right? They should have a freaking button for this. Get now. Okay, let's see. Get now. And look up this price. Oh my God, whatever. I gotta go. I'm not gonna spend time on this. Too much time on this. This is not just showing a price. It wants me to sign into ESPN's website. This is ridiculous. Wait, it's enter your email and to continue. Okay. I'm gonna enter my email real quick. Okay, now it wants a password. Oh my God. If this doesn't work, I'm just not gonna do this. Now it wants, oh nope, I'm done. It's asking me for some confirmation password. Okay, so the card looks pretty good. People have no idea if it's a paid card or you need to get ESPN or whatever, but it looks interesting. We're going to go ahead in the show because that's what we got to do. We got to get through all this stuff. Okay, 1 second. 1 effing second. Okay. People, we actually found who stole Henry Cejudo's belt. It was kind of difficult, but we did find the fucking perpetrator. He's a piece of shit. There he is. That's the guy who stole Henry Cejudo's belt. We got that dude from Lord of the Rings. He's pointing at him. He's like, this motherfucker did it. He did it. Yeah, I knew it. I knew Dylan Dennis did it, people. That's him, right, dude? That's him. See, he's pointing at him. He's like, that's him right there. The dude just could not win a UFC belt. He can't even get, he couldn't even get a UFC contract, I think. That's why he's too busy fighting KSI, right? He's fighting KSI and all these bums. The guy really wanted that belt. I mean, Henry, maybe you should just give it to him or sell it to him, right? I mean, come on, man. You got more than one, right? You could at least give him one, right? Don't be greedy like that, bro. Don't be greedy. Okay, so we got one of the greatest fighters in the history of the sport. We got Shakur Stevenson. It says Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda, ordered by WBC. All right, so the fight's been ordered. Shakur Stevenson isn't too happy with it, with the money he's going to make. I'm assuming he's talking about that, complaining about the money because he wants to duck the fight. All right, he wants to duck it. Sorry about that. That's not supposed to be there. Okay, so it says the WBC has officially ordered Shakur Stevenson to defend his lightweight world title against mandatory challenger William Zepeda. The two sides have until May 6th to negotiate a deal before the bout heads to a purse bid. Okay? And so what's going on is that Shakur wants the bulk of the money. He wants almost all the money. You have some back and forth here with Oscar De La Hoya. Here's a quote from Shakur Stevenson. It says, okay, here's the quote. Me and my team did this because we want the fight. Now stop lying and crying and make this shit happen. And this was directed at Oscar De La Hoya. That's what it says, at Oscar De La Hoya, William Zepeda too. I don't know why it's written like that. Y'all like playing dirty, right? Well, I'm down to fight. MF. End quote. Yeah, okay. That's Shakur, and it's got two shaky hands. The hands, they're shaking, people. All right, so that fight is in negotiations right now. We got some more stuff here from... All right, so we got some interesting stuff here. Give me 1 second. Shakur Stevenson really thinks he's a badass, people. He's a very dangerous guy, right? Super duper dangerous. I'm going to watch just a tiny bit of this here. This guy's going to analyze Shakur Stevenson for us.
The way he does this is by stepping forward with his rear foot first, then following with his lead foot, as you see in these examples. This goes against the conventional wisdom of stepping your lead foot first when stepping forward. And you might be wondering why a boxer of the level of Shakur would be doing what a novice boxer might think is a fundamental mistake.
Shakur wants it in New Jersey. Are you kidding? What the fuck? Yeah, maybe he'll get a hometown advantage. That is ridiculous. What's up, Thunderdome? We got Thunderdome in here. We got the El Barbarino. All right. Wait, where the hell's my paper? Okay, Thunderdome got some confetti in here. All right, people. We got Sergeant in the comments. He says, yo, we're Rusty Cage. Are you excited about Mario Kart World? I don't really play Mario Kart much, but, you know, I think it's interesting if you're into that stuff. It might be cool, right? It's an open world driving game. It's for the Nintendo Switch 2, I think. I don't think it's coming to the older systems. Fight Sports Talk in the comments. He says, what up, Thunder? Okay, sorry, that's not a comment directed at me. Boot says 36 hours to rehydrate. Wow. We're going to be watching the weigh-in later on in the stream, people. Okay. Got Fight Sports in the comments. What's up, Fight Sports? What's up, Al Barbarino, Rusty Cage, Thunderdome Boxing? Fight Sports Talk. He says, big up, bro. I wish I stayed on Rap's show longer yesterday. Yeah, I went on there just kind of like every once in a while I kind of listen to it and see what people are saying. But I mean, the guys in there are very stubborn. They don't like to actually like listen. They want to just hear what they want to hear. That's the way it is, people. That's why you got to create. Sometimes you got to create like the Greatest Channel on Demand. Really, you know, it's a pretty good channel. If you're here, if you're new here, anybody coming over here, remember that this channel really is a knockout. I mean, look, YouTube wouldn't want you to know that because they're fucking assholes. All right, let's see what this guy does here.
But Shakur does this on purpose to set up advanced level traps. You see, the distance between two fighters is determined by the lead foot and by...
All right, so what he's doing, Shakur, is that, and it is kind of intelligent in a way. What he does is that he stands his ground and then he steps in with his back foot. It's decent if you actually have some damn power, right? Because you kind of push off. It kind of tricks your opponent into thinking you're further away when you're actually in position to kind of now take that step forward and step in. The only issue is that once you if your opponent catches on to that and he sees your feet, he can hit you while you're doing that. And you're going to get rocked. He could basically load up on you. So like, look at Shakur. This guy's praising this footwork. And in some ways it might be a little bit intelligent, but he does it very slowly. He's got very slow feet. In my mind, for the most part, his forward movement is very, very, very slow. It's a snail pace. But look at this. So he's going to build this all up.
Stepping his rear
and the
foot
red line, I guess, is supposed to be the rear foot.
first, he could inch his lead foot forward into punching range while keeping the rest of his body back to create the illusion that he is further than he appears. Since boxers might focus more on the gloves and the head of their opponent, Shakur is essentially able to sneak into punch.
All right, so look at the way he moves his feet. They're incredibly slow. If the guys were to put some pressure on me, be in some big problems. Yeah, it looks nice and cute, but look, he does all this shit in slow motion.
Essentially able to sneak
Look
into
how
punching.
slow that is. Look, and what's the point? I mean, look, like I said, the point is that it's kind of gives the illusion. But I mean, he's right on top of this guy. He's already on top of him. So why is he taking that tiny little step?
The punching range.
Look where he is. He's on top of this guy.
Noticing.
You just throw feints and throw a left hand or whatever. Why the fuck would you take that step with your back foot?
And from there, he's able to launch his attack.
Okay, so now he's doing it. So I missed. Let's see that one last time. This guy's trying to build up Shakur. Look how big this fucking guy is. He looks so much bigger than Valdez.
Attack. The other advantage to doing this is that Shakur has a split second
All right, what's up,
longer
BDA Boxing?
to see punches coming, since his head is still further back than it would normally be. This allows him to defend, which he usually does by pulling back and then coming back with a counterattack.
See, this is one of the reasons why I said that Shakur is susceptible to left hands, because he really is. Really, what you want to do is you want to feint in and kind of set him up for a left hand. That's really the shot that's going to lay his ass out. People, these guys really need to read his movements, because you can control him. He does the same motions over and over and over again. Even Tim Bradley sees this. He says the guy does, basically Tim Bradley says this guy goes back in straight lines. He really does. He also defends in the same way every time. He usually leaves his lead hand down. So look, you look here, and this guy's not analyzing this. So Herring's going to flick out this right hand, but then he's not really tracking where this guy's head's going to be. You know where it's going to be every single time. He shifts it to the left. He shifts to the left with his lead hand down, right? Watch this. So he's going to throw his jab, and watch what Shakur does. He leaves his lead hand down, and he's going to shift to the left.
Coming back.
Now look at that opening, and that opening is always there. So what you do is you don't do what Herring's doing here. You don't throw another jab. You throw a left. You throw a left hand. So you do like a feint jab, boom, and you just throw the left hand right away. Sort of like that dude that fought Munguia. How he caught him because he knew where his head was going to be because he kept doing the same defensive maneuver. This is one of the reasons why I see Canelo beating the shit out of Skull. He's going to beat him really bad because the guy, he does the same defensive maneuvers. And just like Shakur, he leaves his hand down, the same hand every single time. He shifts his face right into Canelo's left hand. Basically, he's doing what Shakur does, but to the opposite direction. Same exact blocking technique. It's garbage.
With a counterattack.
And look, if Herring was to step in and throw a straight left, he hit him as well. I mean, this guy is not fundamentally sound. Look at the way he pulls that left hand all the way back. Shakur, look at that.
Counterattack.
Look at that. If the dude punched with him, he might just rock his ass. Look at that, wide open. He just comes, he brings that shit from outer space.
Counterattack.
Right?
Edwin De Los Santos.
The straight left really was the shot for Herring to throw there. But again, the guy punch selection is very important when you're fighting a guy like a Shakur.
Realized Shakur likes to pull from punches when opponents try to time him stepping in. However, Shakur is really limited to only being able to pull with his head, which means...
All right, Thunderdome Boxing says, it's wild seeing people praise him. Yeah, I mean, yesterday I went on a panel, Rap Start Boxing, just hang out over there, talk to some dudes, not in the Joe Rogan kind of way, But like these guys were just praising this guy to no end, and I'm like, what's so special about him? Like, really, what the hell? I think there's some like closet racism there, or not so closeted. They just love this guy. I don't even know why, and I'm like, bro, he's Hispanic. Then he drops a couple of points there. I guess they don't like him as much, but they still like him. They're like close enough.
His body is open for the taking. So every time Shakur tried to apply any pressure, De Los Santos launched the body attack.
Thunderdome says that Shakur is such a bum. It's true, people. He really is. He's the kind of guy like that Colbert. Is that his name? The blue-headed little guy? Chris Colbert? I think his name is Chris. This dude got knocked through the ropes by Rayo. Why? Because he was a fucking hype job. It's like these guys, they wear a nice, colorful skirt, and they bring him up multiple points when it comes to boxing ability. Yeah, Shakur, this guy, it is clever in some ways, I guess, that he brings that back foot forward. But, I mean, what does he do with it? And again, it leaves him open for getting counterpunched. Like, he's taking his back foot off the ground. That means he's not really going to have much weight coming forward. He's not going to have a lot of power. You can't really pivot into the punch. And he's, in a lot of ways, he's also out of position. So look, if he was going to lift his foot off, this guy could just come in, watch, see, boom, just come in straight left hand. This guy could do a lot if he really watches Shakur's feet.
Shakur would either get caught.
He takes these very minor steps.
Or be forced
So you can feint him out of position very easily.
To retreat.
That's not a good thing.
To avoid the attack. And while Shakur showed good ability to avoid the damage with these step backs, he was unable to effectively counter De Los Santos and was getting pushed backwards for a large majority of the fight.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's another reason why I think Tank Davis will wipe the floor with him. Because look, he can be controlled with feints. If you can control with feints, then I mean you don't really have much to worry about. I mean, this guy literally throws feints, and this guy jumps 20 feet back. Like they can rob this guy De Santos, right? Los Santos. They can rob him, but they can't rob Tank Davis. They're not going to rob him versus this guy. If this dude is running away like this, they're not giving him the fight. No way. Unless he got some special dealings with Turkey. That Tank doesn't. Look at this. This is terrible. He's defense first. And his balance is terrible. Look, he can't throw a punch. Imagine if this guy was to fight like a Manny Pacquiao. I mean, I always got to bring it to Manny. But look at the way this guy backs up. First of all, it's in straight lines. When he steps like that, he can't punch really. Look at that. Look at his posture. His balance is all off. He takes a little step. You know, if he had a fighter, this is why I said Kid Austin would beat the fuck out of this guy. Because Kid Austin had agility. And he had a come forward style very similar to Sean Porter. So when you see the guy go straight back like this with his hands down, Kid Austin would literally leap in with his straight left hand. And he would have caught this dude and dropped his ass. He probably would have beat the fuck out of this guy. This is why, and people don't want to believe it, but that dude, from Shakur's own mouth, I made a video about this. From his own mouth, he said his whole team did not want him to take that fight. All the people around him. And then the fight magically got called and pulled, right? When he already after he signed the contract. It's just somehow bizarre circumstances. You know, the guy's supposed poison
And as
or whatever.
always, thank you to all my...
All right, so that's this guy's analysis of an all-time great, one of the greatest fighters that ever lived. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. That's just a
goat tier.
That's
take.
just a fact. All right. All right. So that's a guy, and like Thunderdome said, it is bizarre that people really are they're really into this guy. I just don't see it. I've never seen it. I think he's the kind of fighter that's going to get knocked out. He's going to get knocked out at some point. He's going to catch the wrong guy. That's if he doesn't retire first. All right. All right. So we got Rampage Jackson versus Rashad Evans. This was a boxing fight they were scheduled to have. Rashad Evans says that they weren't paying him. It looks like they were gonna pay him the right amount of money, so he's pulled out of the fight. They had a contract agreement. The promoters of this fight looked like they weren't going to pay him what he was guaranteed, so he said, "Fuck it." Both fighters pulled out of the fight. It ain't happening. Maybe they'll find another promoter or something, somebody to put that card on. I don't know. It's interesting how a lot of MMA fighters are getting into boxing. Boxing, in some ways, sinking, but they might be rising up again. All right? All right, it says Manny Pacquiao can't get anyone to fight him, but former world champion volunteers to come out of retirement. This is Amir Khan, people. Amir Khan is talking about fighting Manny Pacquiao. This is the date they're talking about. We don't know if it's going to happen, but this is one of the things they're trying to create. This is one of the fights they're trying to bring to reality, to actually have it. This fight was actually supposed to happen back when Manny was 38 years old. Amir Khan tried to fight him. I guess maybe he's a little scared. He was a little scared. Maybe he didn't want to fight him because he thought he was going to effing lose. All right, GFL pulls plug on debut event scheduled for May. So they pulled two of these cards. The fights were actually pretty decent on there. This is if people don't know, this is an MMA organization. They had some decent fights on there, as you could see from this here. Let me go. Okay, sorry about that. got some weird kind of advertisement. I fucking hate these sites that have all these damn ads. Trying to do a video here, you assholes. So you see here, they had some decent fights on there. Chad Mendez coming back again. You got Maurice, Holly Holm. They're picking up a lot of fighters. They're probably going to bring it back. You know, they're going to reschedule this card, but they had 2 cards. They canceled both. Okay? Not exactly the best sign. This is their first card. This is their first 2 cards. They canceled their first 2. I mean, it's a something to cancel 1, but both. What the F? That's a lot of effing cards to cancel. All right, so Fight Sports in the comments says Boots did land a low 1 on Avanesian in the first round. Dude, he landed some bombs to the nuts on Avanesian. Those are some bombs. They landed a bunch of them. All right, JA05 says that was an April Fool's joke. No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. That Amir Khan versus Manny Pacquiao fight, I don't think that was an April Fool's joke. I've read a lot of articles about it. They really are trying to make that fight. Manny Pacquiao is trying to have some fights. He was trying to fight Barrios not too long ago. He's still trying to have some fights. All right, reading some more of these comments. All right. Give me 1 second, people. 1 second. So the GFL, new MMA organization, has called off 2 of their cards. They're going to reschedule them, hopefully. It is good to have more competition in the market, right? I hear a lot of people, they're going on about... I was in a panel the other day. These guys are going on and on about how boxing is a free market and how Turkey could never come in and dominate. It just can't happen. It's like, bro, you got to keep in mind that MMA is also a free market. There are other MMA organizations, but everyone knows that the gold standard is the UFC. Okay? All right, so we got Fedor Emelianenko. It looks like he actually, and I saw that might actually, I think it was confirmed, that Fedor has a contract with the Bare Knuckles Fighting FC. He's going to be fighting Rockwell. Rockwell, supposedly, he's going to fight Rockwell, who is the heavyweight champion in the BKFC. It says Fedor Emelianenko to Bare Knuckle FC, teased as Conor McGregor reveals talks with MMA legend. Stay tuned, he says. This article is from, from Sunday. All right. It is, this is from a couple of months ago, actually. This is from February. This is February 16th. But I saw an article yesterday that says this has basically been confirmed. Fedor has a contract with the BKFC. All right. All right. We'll see how he does. I mean, look, the guy's almost 50 years old. He's 48 years old. But I think he actually probably could pick up one of those titles. Okay, I've just gotten out of my files again. That's fucking annoying. Give me 1 second. Okay. So what do you guys think? You think Fedor can actually do well in the BKFC? BDA Boxing in the comments says, damn, Fedor's still fighting? Yes, he's still trying. I mean, people, he's a fighter. He is. I mean, so look at what did Bernard Hopkins fight to? What, 50 something? I mean, this guy could probably still fight. I mean, he took some wallops in his time before they got Bigfoot. That dude was almost 300 pounds, that guy Bigfoot Silva. He literally had fists the size of lunchboxes. You know what I find kind of weird? The fact that this dude, Stanionis, looks a lot like this dude. Let me show you. I'm going to show you right now. Give me a second. He looks a lot like this guy. I really hope he doesn't turn into this guy. Doesn't he? See that? Look at that. Look at that. You see the resemblance? Let me show you. What the fuck? Is that the same person? Are they related? Is it Boots Ennis going to turn him into this guy? Right? After he lands those low blows? Right? Are they related, aren't they? Okay, sorry. No, I think Stanionis is a pretty good fighter, but he's incredibly inactive. We're going to look at his record in a couple of minutes. All right? Okay, so with that said, okay, he's got Bivol versus Benavidez. Looks like the fight's not happening yet. It might happen in the future. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen in the future. I said that earlier. No one here really is a beta, people. Yeah. Beta! They really aren't.
And we're going to beat up that woman beater.
I don't know if anyone of them are a woman beater. I'd say if there was a woman beater, it would be Bivol. But would that be justifiable? You never know. I mean, his wife is kind of an asshole. Yeah, she kind of is. You got to be honest, right? You got to be honest there. So it says Dmitry Bivol refuses to face David Benavidez and vacates his WBC title. All right, so he's going to be fighting Beterbiev. All right, they're going to have their third match. And my assumption is, well, a lot of people are saying that Bivol is ducking. I don't really think that's happening. I think he's made an agreement. He's made an agreement, a very... Dude, the guy at the end of the fight, Beterbiev, came up to him. He says, I'll shake your hand after we have our third fight. It's only fair for him to give him that opportunity to win that title back. And I think after that fight, Beterbiev most likely will retire, win or lose. I think he's going to get out the sport. David Benavidez, if he sticks around at the light heavyweight, he's definitely going to fight Bivol, no doubt about it. And a lot of people wouldn't agree, obviously. It's a controversial point, I guess. I could definitely see Benavidez beating him, and I pick Benavidez to beat him. I think he will beat him. But I don't think Benavidez is built for light heavyweight. I think he's too small. He's not a very strong guy. Okay, so we got Canelo Alvarez over here. Oh, Canelo Alvarez could face serious problems for fighting in Saudi Arabia against William Skoll. All right, so this is there's a quote in here from Marquez. It's stupid, people. It's stupid. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Marquez basically says that he just thinks that Canelo's going to have some problems because, basically you think jet lag's going to make him lose to a bum? It's ridiculous. He'll sleep a little earlier. I don't know what the time difference is over there compared to where Canelo is right now. I think Canelo actually mostly lives in California, as far as I know. So I don't really agree with it, but Marquez says that. Sorry about that. Marquez thinks that that him fighting in Saudi Arabia is going to give him some issues because of just the time difference. And then he brings up the heat. It's like, bro, are you kidding me? The guy lives in Mexico. Isn't it fucking hot over there? He also has a house in California. It's fucking hot over there, isn't it? Am I wrong? I'm not wrong. I don't think it's cold in California. I mean, that's like one of those places where it doesn't even snow, right? Okay. What do we got over here? Got some more stories. All right, so we got some more stuff. We got Bradford-born boxer. 1 second. He's going to host an event on AI in boxing. This guy says he basically diminishes the value of human judges. And they talk about how it's not going to, it's not going to be biased. It says with AI, there is a real potential to analyze how a fighter is fighting beyond what you may actually see, he said. So I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but basically he brings up many things that this would bring in that are positive. And one of them he says is that this AI will be able to read the state of the fighter. So if the fighter looks like he's going to maybe be knocked out, maybe they can do things like the ref can come in, maybe stop the fight. Also, it'll judge the punches and other things. But really, it talks about the state of a fighter. So maybe if the guy looks like he should retire, it says health and safety should be paramount in all sports. So for me, I'm positive on that, he said. So he's talking about the safety of the fighters. So the AI would be able to see the condition of the fighter, right? And then the judging. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. They shouldn't bring AI into boxing. If they do, they need to use it in a limited way. Maybe this fighter thing, if it has to do with their health, they could see certain markers when it comes to the guy about to be knocked out. Maybe it could do that and tell the referee, give him some sorry about that, the information to say, bro, this guy's going to get knocked out, and maybe that stop the fight. But when it comes to the judging, I mean, come on. They're never going to want that, right? They're never going to want that because they want to be able to control the result, right? And anyway, maybe they'll fucking program this AI in order to, like... I mean, look, if they go and they cheat a person using this AI, people are going to lose confidence in AI. Because I feel like in a lot of ways, people are building that shit up like it's it's greater than sliced bread. Sliced bread isn't that great. It really isn't. It's full of carbs, people. It really is not good for you. All right. So, we got another story over here. I think this is about Aspinall. Sounds like Aspinall's name sounds a lot like an ass cream. All right. So, Aspinall told not to wait on John Jones. Get another fight. All right. So, this article is about Aspinall. Them saying that, bro, you should get another fight because you're wasting your prime years. This motherfucker is ducking. All right. So, he's ducking. With that said, we had a weigh-in today, people. We had an effing weigh-in. Okay? And once I got some files over here. Got a lot of stuff. A lot of files and a lot of things. A lot of things and stuff. Okay, I think we have a video here about the Aspinall. Where is it? Nope. Wrong link. 1 minute. Get rid of this shit. All right, so we had the weigh-ins today. The Stanionis versus Boots Anus. Okay, I got a picture to show you over here. I think I was supposed to show you earlier. There's a size difference. It's a pretty big size difference. Even though Stanionis is a pretty large guy. I mean, look at this motherfucker. That dude is gigantic. When is this guy going to light heavyweight?
Even a game is time.
I know he's not a light heavyweight, but he's pretty fucking big guy. He's drained out right here, and look how big he is. He makes Stanionis look like Pitbull Cruz. It looks like Pitbull Cruz versus Terrence Crawford. What the F? It's a pretty big size difference there, people. All right. Second, we got, I had a video here with Shane Mosley. 1 second. Where the fuck is this? Okay, so, show you this real quick. Got Sugar Shane Mosley over here looking bigger than ever. He looks like he's going to go fight as a light heavyweight. Talking to Stanionis.
What do you get ready for?
For Ennis Boots.
Oh, you find Boots in it?
Yeah.
147?
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta lose some weight too.
Yeah. part of the game, huh?
What do you get ready for?
For Ennis Boots.
Oh, you find Boots in it?
Yeah.
147?
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta lose some weight too.
Yeah.
All right, so Shane Mosley is looking at this guy Stanionis. He's like, hey, motherfucker, you're big, man. You're big. You're fighting at welterweight? This is lightweight? Nah, he's fighting at welterweight versus this guy. So look, Stanionis is kind of a large welterweight. That's my assumption, is that he's kind of big. He wasn't fat there. You can tell he was in shape. But even as being a large welterweight, look how big this guy is compared to him. Like, this is just insane. All right? All right, so this is one of my problems with this fight. Okay? Okay, so I just showed it to you. Let me zoom in on this 1 second. All right, so Stanionis, he's got 15 fights, 9 knockouts. Okay, I'm going to see if they have his reach on here. His 68-inch reach. We're going to look at Boots Anus and see what his reach is. We got 68. I don't think it's going to matter the reach that much in this fight because Boots Anus, for the most part, is kind of a come-forward fighter. Many times he kind of stands and trades with you. I think that's what this fight's going to be. I think Stanionis is going to come forward. He's going to bring the heat. Boots Anus got a 74-inch reach, got a long reach, 29 knockouts there, 33 wins. So this is kind of his transfer. And a lot of people, they don't believe in this stuff. But if you look at numerology, the number 33 is the number of transformation, death and rebirth and all that, right? This is his 33. He's going into his 34th fight. This is his transformative moment. It really is. Is he going to stay at this weight? Is he going to go up? Is he going to even win this fight? This might be a fight that changes the trajectory of not only his, I mean, in a lot of ways, his life, right? His career. So this is an interesting fight in a lot of ways, but this is for sure the product of smart matchmaking because this guy is viewed as a threat. He is good. Stanionis is good. He's not a big puncher. And he kind of, in a lot of ways, is tailor-made for Boots Ennis. Okay? He's not a very big puncher. He stays in range to be hit by Boots Ennis' best punches. But I think if Stanionis uses his defense correctly, comes in and has comes to it, goes for it, gets on this guy. He really wants to start loading up on those punches. He wants to use his high guard. And maybe he wants to use in and out movement because this guy he's a ball puncher. He really is. He does it in every fight, and he's allowed to do it. That's one of my worries in this fight. All right, so Stanionis, he has, this is his amateur record, 48 fights. 2 KOs as an amateur, not the best. Not too good there. Like I said, he's not a big puncher, but he is a high-volume puncher, and he has a decent pop to his shots. So the reach doesn't matter that much. 68, that might actually favor Stanionis in a lot of ways, that reach. He might be able to reach the target first, okay? All right, so we got Ennis' next fight. One of my issues is this. Look at this. Stanionis is coming off of an injury, right? He had a hand injury. This is the guy he fights. Who the fuck is this guy? This dude has 6... Look, he's 38 years old. He has fucking 6 fights. Yeah, he's got 5 knockouts, but who versus who, bums? That looks like that fucking guy from the movie Ghost. The drug dealer, though. I think he's a drug dealer. He gets killed by the window. He's like, ah! The dude was a beta, man. Got crushed by a damn window.
Yeah.
Beta! That's pretty fucked up. So he fights this guy, and I gotta keep in mind, this motherfucker is gigantic. I'll give him this. This guy is really big. He might actually be bigger than Boots. But come on, people. He fought a guy that had 6 wins and 1 loss. That is some bullshit on a comeback. And right after that, he's gonna fight a guy who's considered the top welter, one of the top welterweights at this time period. After fighting a guy who only has 6 fights. What the fuck? And then look at the difference in these dates. You know, look at this. He fought in 2002. He came back. He's very inactive. This guy didn't fight in 2 years. All right. He came back. 2022 was his last fight. And then he came back and he fought in 2024. And he had 1 fight versus a bum. Pretty much a bum. He was a big motherfucker. I'll give him that. That guy was very large. The guy that Stanionis fought. But he went to war with this guy, people. He went to war with him. He hit this guy so many times and he went the distance with him. 12 rounds. All right. But that is some good. That is good to, go 12. It does show you that Stanionis still got some got a gas tank there a little bit. All right. But yeah, that is what worries me, is the fact that he's very inactive. But Boots Ennis ain't exactly the best fighter. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna watch a little bit of Stanionis' last fight, just a little tiny bit, because if I watch too much, they're gonna kill the stream. All right. Give me 1 second. I just gotta pull up this video real quick. All right, but while I'm pulling up this video, remember to subscribe to the Real Futv. Anybody who's new in here, it is pretty damn good. It's a pretty decent channel, and by decent I mean amazing. I mean the best ever. Be right back. I gotta find this freaking video. Go to YouTube.com. Okay, what the F is this? Give me 1 second. Okay, all right. Okay, so right now, while I'm looking for that video, what we're going to do is we're going to watch this interview by Stanionis. He was interviewed, I think this is from, I'm going to tell you when this interview is from. This is from 22 hours ago. This was from yesterday, okay? Interviewing him, he looks to be very confident. He is very, this man is very feels.
Or doubting you, I mean.
No, maybe, he thinks like my style is just going straight forward, like, I don't know.
You guys are 2 hungry lions right now.
Yeah, it's we're young, it's meaningful fight, it's for a big 3 belts, so it's amazing.
Do you think you can win a decision against Boots? Do you have to get the knockout?
I don't know, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just thinking about, to go in there and do my best, just do what I do.
What do you have to say that he says that you're going to run into something since you're all gassed?
If I'll run it. It's boxing, yeah. Then people will get excited. I don't know. I never been knocked out, so I don't know the feeling. I don't want to find out, that's for sure. But it's for the people, and I like to be in, fire. I'm comfortable in the fire, so I like to go there, bang, and just fight.
Hey, Mantas, you clearly have spoken very highly of Boots and seen his qualities that you respect. But what qualities in him do you see as beatable? I mean, what aspects of him do you think you can take advantage of?
April 12th, we'll see. If I have a plan, so I'll see if I'll succeed.
Stanionis, say you win. What's next for you after Saturday? Is there a rematch clause? Is there...
I'm flying home and see hopefully, my child,
Yes, congratulations on that.
When I land, I hope to see you.
Is it a boy or girl?
Girl.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. This man...
Yes, first.
Nice, congrats.
Thank you very much.
So
1 second.
It has to happen.
It has to happen. It's sink or swim. That's it.
How do you predict it? How do you see it when you play it in your mind? How do you see Saturday playing out?
It's so many scenarios that I can play.
What's your favorite scenario?
Favorite, just get the belts, get the victory, and then just go home. Healthy. Everybody healthy. Go back to their families and enjoy life.
Do you want to unify the titles?
Yeah, if the other guys want to. I don't know. If no, then we'll see.
Do you feel like people here in the United States not give you enough credit? You know, you being an Eastern European, maybe.
Come on, man. That music is damn good. Don't. Come on. Don't hate on that music.
They don't really see your skill, your talent as much here in the
I gotta be honest, this guy looks a little bit like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. He really, Stanley Onis really does. Dude, I'm not kidding. He looks like that fucking, not to say that he's gonna be a punching bag. I feel like this is gonna be a war, but come on, look. You can't tell me that he doesn't look like this dude. He looks almost just like him. Come on, let's get a closer look. Let's get a close look at this guy. Like he's angry because Boots just punched him in the nuts. See? You see it?
I feel like people here in the U.S. are sleeping on you.
Yeah, I think so. People are sleeping for the others when the people are not known on social media or just the name, you know. But there is a lot of fighters, good fighters, you know, that they came little by little, but they haven't had recognition. Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Wait. Was he talking about Boots? Where's my Boots clip? I have Boots around here somewhere. Damn it.
Matt Damon.
That wasn't Boots. No. Okay. I have Boots around. Where the fuck is my Boots clip, people? Boots. Where is it? All right, I'm gonna look for this Boots clip. Give me 1 second. Okay, so that's Recall, people. We've been sponsored by Recall, believe it or not.
No, Fred, not beautiful.
You are beautiful.
No.
Yeah. What?
But I'm
Everyone.
not lady.
You're not a lady?
Yes.
What are you?
I'm lady boy.
I was taking it all in. Our secondary question. No Diddy. What'd you say? My bad.
This table's about to jump up in a minute. That's got me really excited.
Oh no.
No Diddy.
All right, people. So that is one part of our main event tomorrow. You guys get ready for the action, the satisfaction. There's nothing more manly than Boots Ennis. That's not even an effing joke. Really isn't. The guy really is a. You can fill in the blanks there.
Hey, Duran, two quickies. Over here.
Let's do it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm really drunk right now.
About this moment, fighting here in this arena, was everything that you thought would be?
Yeah, it was everything. It was everything. You know, it was everything. You know what? I ain't even want to see that. I said I'm gonna sell this place out. And a month later, get the partnership. Miss Eddie brought me home, and now I did it,
And the second one, when that fit.
All right, thank you very much for that very informative. Sorry about that, people. Sorry. I'm sorry. I really am. Give 1 second. I'm looking for another.
Spring is here.
What the F is this? We got a lot of stuff over here. All right. Got some good fights there tomorrow, people. You got that Boots Ennis. That should be pretty decent. That'll be interesting. I predict a war in that fight. We're going to go some more into it. We're going to look at the weigh-in that happened today. But, what? I got duplicate files here. 1 second. All right, BDA in the comments says, laugh out loud, that Futv editing. Yes, man. I got some decent edits over here. I mean, wait, give me a second. We got people, guess what? You probably might have never seen this one. People, believe it or not, we have a lot of fans. We have a lot of fans, millions actually. That's not a joke. That's the truth. We actually got Tim Bradley in the house, people. You know this one. People who watch the show.
Something that had a year ago.
You know this.
Happened a year ago. I have a brother-in-law, unfortunately. But I want to share a story with you folks. Something that had a year ago.
Oh my God, those people are huge.
A year ago.
Those people are gigantic.
With my 4-year-old son. And I think you guys need to hear this. We were getting ready for school. It was early in the morning. Went outside and I asked my son, which car you want to drive today? Which car you want to go in? It was a car that I had been fixing.
Yes, Bradley. Yes, the guy. People, he got pulled over because he was retarded. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. 1 second. We got some more stuff over here. I've already showed you this. This is the box rec. Okay, gonna get rid of that. Just going through some of my files I got over here. We got some files over here, people. Okay. Okay, this is a story about the unification fight that's happening tomorrow between Boots Ennis and Standionis. We're going to be watching the... Okay. So it says Boots Ennis faces... And all right, so it's... Okay. There's no reason in reading this because we're going to be watching... We already know we're talking about freaking Boots Ennis, people. Okay? Okay, I got one more file over here. 1 second. This is about the... this file here. We've already gone over this. This is about the Zepeda Shakur Stevenson fight. That's the negotiation still. It's going to go to a purse bid. My guess is that Shakur is going to try to duck this fight. I don't think he wants this fight. I think this guy knows he's towards the end of his career. People won't believe it, but this guy is at the very end. He doesn't have the desire to fight. He's not a very strong fighter. He can barely punch. He's not a very good fighter, people. He really is not. He is not. The people building this guy up like he's some virtuoso boxer. He's not. Garbage. He's garbage. Maybe not garbage, but he's close to it. He's damn close to it. They're going to go to a purse bid. I've already talked about it, but we'll go over it one last time. The problem with Shakur Stevenson, people, is that this is a guy who is what they call a marrow bum. He's cherry picking. Bob Arum. He took Bob Arum for all the money he could get. Bob Arum's like, get the fuck out of here. Because Bob Arum knew what this guy was doing. He's cherry picking, right? And he's giving him these boring fights, but then he wants these big paydays. It's crazy, right? No one's paying to watch this guy fight, okay? The problem is right now is that this guy now, the only guy that wants to give him money is not Eddie Hearn, actually. It's Turki Ali Sheikh. That's the only guy that's going to pay this guy. But the thing is, and this is why I made a video a few weeks ago. I don't know if anybody here saw it. The name of that video was The End of the Diva. And this is a sign of the times. This is a sign of the end of the diva. What's happening right now is that for Shakur to make that money with Turki, a la chicken, he's got to fight guys like this. Turki ain't setting these guys up soft. He's just not doing it. Now, he's playing nice with Canelo right now, but I'm pretty sure eventually Turki's going to tell this guy that you need to fight. My guess is it's going to be Vival or possibly Benavidez at the end of that contract. I think they're going to push it. I think it might end up being Benavidez from what I hear. Canelo's got a 5-fight deal. Started off as 4. Now they're saying it's 5 fights. I'm pretty sure at the end of that, they're going to try to line up Benavidez, try to drain him, bring him back down to 168. They're going to push that as far as they can. I don't know, but going back to what I was saying, what Turki's doing is that he'll give you the money, but you have to fight harder opposition. And this guy Zepeda here has a very good style and a very good chance of beating Shakur. Not only beating him, but beating the shit out of him. And that's not what Shakur wants. He hates to lose. He really does, people. He hates to fucking lose. I mean, no one likes losing, but I mean, come on. You got to take on some competition. I mean, if you want it's you want to make the big bucks really in the sport. You should get the big bucks. Should be based on competition. And this is what the way Turki sees it as well, I think, except for when it comes to Canelo, which is really weird. I mean, really, But all the people that think Shakur is a great fighter look like this.
Matt Damon.
They really do. I'm sorry, guys. I had to say it. I may be energetic.
You're an idiot. An energetic idiot. But an idiot.
No, I know. Sometimes. All right. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the weigh-in that happened today. It happened a couple of hours ago. Hopefully the zone doesn't pull down the stream because these guys are so fucking strict with their content. But yes, people, the end of the diva. The diva's coming to an end in boxing, people. It really is. Turki a la Chicken's taken over. Right? Guys like Max Kellerman, maybe a thing of the past, right? Because we don't need guys like that building up frauds anymore. We're gonna have the men are gonna be separated from the boys, as they say, right? Hopefully we see it. It's coming. No diddy.
This party of pain started in the welterweight division. The long-awaited.
Actually, I put the wrong file. I was going to show you a little of this. Let me lower this a little bit. It sounds kind of loud to me. This is the fight that Stanionis had versus this I think he's a relative unknown. I mean, but we're going to see the size differences of this guy.
2 years for
Let's hear that again.
We're going to get this party of pain started in the welterweight division. The long-awaited return. 2 years for the undefeated Imantas Stanionis. He takes on Gabriel Maestre, who's also undefeated. Stanionis beat Maestre in the amateurs. And tonight here in Las Vegas.
Well, he beat him in the amateurs. This motherfucker's 38 years old. He was kind of like, I mean, look, he only has 6 fights. The guy was 38. 38? 38 with 6 fights? What the fuck?
Amen, Mr. Hoyle.
All right, so I'm going to show you the size difference. This guy is very large.
National sport of the country, and for sports fans, well, we're hoping that Maestre and
But he's more of a boxer, unlike Boots. But you know, it just shows you that Stanionis has fought some pretty big guys. Stanionis himself is heavily muscled. He's a pretty big guy up top.
The 76ers did in the opening round of the NBA playoffs. Stanionis looking to become Lithuania's
Ate a nice left hook there.
first recognized world champion in the sport, and immediately looking to establish the jab on.
They can't play too much. Give me 1 second. Not too much. They will pull the fucking stream. Okay, let's analyze a little bit of this.
That's his power.
Stanionis has got a pretty nice high guard. You know, just it's textbook.
Stanionis, he's got a power jab.
Decent jab. Left hook to the body.
That's what you got to do. Break
Coming in, picking his shots. Not bad.
like he's doing right now. And Maestro, well,
But again, the competition. I mean, but again, size to size. I mean, Stanionis, he is thick, but you know, perspective, people. Stanionis is closer to the camera. This guy, when you see him when they're standing side by side, the guy is just gigantic. But that's actually in a lot of ways a good sign for his next fight, which is versus a very large welterweight.
Stanionis, and try to make him make mistakes and counter on that.
And while Maestre comes in undefeated, he very well should have one loss on that record coming against Michael Fox. Was dropped.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut ahead a little bit, see where his gas tank is later in the fight, right? Because this went 12 rounds. We're in round number 11.
He's trying to do some in there.
Stanionis sneaking in a low blow there. It looks like it's fine. I mean, because he got to get dirty a little bit versus Boots. The guy's gonna be real dirty, real dirty.
Total punches only 29%.
Let's go back just a slight hair.
You can tell, but he's holding on right now.
There's a kidney punch.
Which is not a good sign. I mean, he's got 5 minutes left in this fight.
So you can tell Stanionis has put a pressure on this guy. You could tell he's the one feeling it. That's a good sign because you see, I don't like the way with Stanionis when he comes forward and crosses his feet like that. He's bringing his feet together. Not good. But again, people, Bruce Ennis ain't no sharpshooter. He's not a sharp fighter. In many ways, he's a brawler in a skirt. He's a skirt-wearing brawler. Stanionis coming in, not exactly the best jab, but it's nice the way he kind of throws that jab and then switches it up left hook. Nice right hand there. Catches that right hand on the elbow. Stanionis popping him with a jab. Round number 11. Lands a jab and a right overhand. Pretty nice stuff. I like how he did that. That was nice. If you notice, Stanionis catching that shot. Catch and shoot. Catches the shot on the elbow. Comes back with the same hand immediately after. Boom, right hand. I'm going to see this for another second. He's going to catch this shot right here on his right arm. He's going to come right back with that. Actually, it's his left arm. He's going to come right back with a left hand. Catch, boom, boom. He comes right back. He didn't land it, but it is pretty nice, you know? This is not the kind of layers that Boots has. Boots is kind of like a wild kind of, I guess you could say he's a combination puncher, but he's very sloppy. He's very open. Stanionis, much tighter guard, nice fundamentals, decent fundamentals for an aggressive fighter like this. His shots are kind of chopping, and a lot of times they're grazing. That's one of my worries with him is when he comes in like this, his Boots going to be piecing him up with low blows and all that. He is in low blow range. You want to be careful with Boots because you don't want to get in that low blow range, you know? All right. So I don't know much about this guy's amateur career. Should have looked up some more of it, but you know, for round 12, he's still looking fairly sharp. It's going to be an interesting fight. That's for damn sure. I really hope this motherfucker doesn't destroy this fight with low blows because I know they're going to let him get away with it. They're going to let him do all those low blows. And that, to me, would really destroy the fight. And once again, this is a transformative fight for Boots Ennis. I feel like this is his first real, even though they cherry picked this guy, really. And Stanionis is not very active, and their hope is that they're going to be able to unify these titles and fight a guy who's kind of slightly compromised. You know, he's not razor sharp right now. But you looking, even though the level of competition wasn't amazing in Stanionis' last fight. The guy's pretty damn big, and he has a background. We're gonna look up his amateur career real quick. 1 second. He doesn't have much of a pro career. Not exactly the best record either. And his amateur record ain't too good either. So basically, they put Stanionis in a fight with a guy who really doesn't even have much of a punch. He's a big guy who doesn't punch very hard. All right? So that's a decent amount of amateur fights. But look at this guy. 76 fights with 5 knockouts. That guy is not a very big puncher. Boots Ennis is he's a much bigger puncher. I mean, if we're going by that, Boots is a very big puncher. Okay? Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to watch the weigh-in that happened today and look at the fighters, kind of analyze them, see if the guys are in good shape. I didn't watch it. This is the first time I'm watching it. Okay? So here we go. 1 second. All right, so this is the way we're going to go ahead. We're going to shoot ahead a little bit. They're doing their little build-up. We're going to go towards the Boots Anus. We don't have to watch all these guys line up and get on the scale. Okay, we'll watch this one. We got little Sean Porter getting on the scale. Little fake Sean Porter. Why do I feel like he's going to sing like a Motown woman singer? Like, ah! Right? He just has that look to him. He just looks like he could sing in a very soulful way. Right, look at that. Look at that. Girl, you tripping. All right, let's hear it. Is there the audio in this shit? People, Eddie Hearn should not be standing around these guys. He's a fucking promoter, and he looks like a damn heavyweight champion. What the hell? It just makes them not look very intimidating when they're standing next to Eddie Hearn, and they look like he's their school teacher. And they're in, like, the 2nd grade. Too much smiling.
These two have a lot of respect for one another, but it's going to go out the window tomorrow night in Atlantic City. There you see Montana Love flanking Thomas Batiste, fellow Cleveland native.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. It's not going to go 10. You get creators in there.
Raymond Ford.
All right, so BDA Boxing, the comment says there's 2 sides to the coin. And Ennis weight cut and Stanionis inactivity. Yes, I agree. There's a lot of variables here that people might not be seeing, but yes, I agree. He looked like he was dying. Boots Ennis, like it was, I think, about 2 days ago, and I saw Thunderdome did a video. He showed this picture. This guy looked like he was gonna die. Like this was a hard weight cut. This guy should not continue fighting at this. If he gets knocked out tomorrow, which is a possibility, like BDA says there, that might have an effect on him, on his ability to take punches. And this guy is going to be throwing a lot of punches at him, and he could get clipped with one of these. And you don't know, especially when a guy's dehydrated, if, he couldn't really put the weight back on, you might have some big problems tomorrow. And Stanionis might be looking like he's punching much harder. I mean, you guys remember seeing what happened to, in the Crawford versus Spence fight, where this guy's taking like half jabs and falling down like he got hit with a bomb. That's the kind of stuff we might see tomorrow. Who knows?
Thomas Batiste, chief support, 10 rounds for the WBA Continental North American Super Featherweight Championship Matchroom Boxing, live on the Zone from Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Ford and Matisse weighed in. All that's left to do is weigh in for the main event, the welterweight unification, as Jaron Ennis puts his 33-0 record on his IBF title on the line against the 15-0 Amanis Stanionis. His WBA belt on the line, along with the vacant Ring Magazine Championship.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to welcome everybody here today to Circus Maximus at Caesars, Atlantic City, for the official weigh-in for our big night of World Championship Professional Boxing taking place tomorrow night at the iconic Boardwalk Hall. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been almost 11 years since we've had a major fight in the big room at that iconic venue.
1 second, please.
Sergey Kovalev defeated Bernard Hopkins November 8, 2014 in unanimous fashion. But the venue is much more than a building. It's a cathedral of boxing history. From Sugar Ray Robinson to Mike Tyson to Arturo Gatti, the echoes of greatness live within those walls. And tomorrow night, a new chapter begins as Mr.
This fucking guy irritates the hell out of me. He's so confusing. Everything about him's confusing. He's got like these long ass dreads. He's got this weird ass sweater on. What the fuck? He looks like Max Kellerman's like retarded Jamaican cousin. I hate looking at this guy. He also reminds me of that guy, Rowanello, whatever the fuck his name is, the commentator. The one who says, Mamma Mia! Not in his looks, but in the way he speaks. He's just very corny. He's got man tits. You know, he's got tits. He got tits. He's got a Cosby sweater. He's got that. Nothing looks right on this guy. And then again, he sounds like that guy, the dude who says Mamma Mia, because he's always bragging about his mental illness. This guy here looks mentally ill, just gotta say it. There's something about him that irritates me. He just never looks comfortable in his own skin.
Eddie Hearn of
He also looks like Max Kellerman.
Boxing, in association with Tom Brown of TGB Promotions, are proud to present 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF, WBA, and vacant Ring Magazine Welterweight Championship of the World. Now making his way to the stage, he has a perfect professional record. 15 victories, no defeats, with 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the 2016 Olympian fighting out of Kaunas, Lithuania. Tomorrow night, he makes his second defense of his world title. Here is the reigning, defending, and undefeated WBA welterweight champion of the world.
Stanionis looking a lot like Mr. Potato Head, people. Or an extra from that movie, American History X. That dude got a straight up Chad face, huh? Look at that jaw. That is a massive jaw, people. That is a fucking massive jaw. Chad all day. Look at that. Even in the poster to the fucking fight, Boots, look, he's dying. Look, he's dying.
Manta Stanionis. Stanionis.
All right, so here we go. We got Stanionis. He's going to get on the scale. We got some beautiful music from Oscar de la Hoya. There's Boots Ennis. Oh, my God. Why is this man all greased up? Is Turkey around? Damn, look at those. Look at that gyno. What? This fucking dude looks like an alien. Look at his forehead. What the fuck? Does he have horns? He looks like he has horns. Look at his head. Do I need to break out my drawing pad and draw on this guy's face? Look at these fucking horns he got over here. This dude overnight became Tim Bradley. He looks like horns are coming out of his head. This dude is juiced. Damn, look at those nipples. Look at that gyno all day. Is it just me, this motherfucker growing horns? Yeah, Furioso in the comments says, he's like, what's with the music? Bro, this is Oscar de la Hoya. Do I have to put on an Oscar de la Hoya video for you? Why is this guy greased up? Look at those nipples, bro. What the fuck? That dude got gyno all day. Juice to the gills. Is this guy a snack fighter? Okay, let's hear what they're saying.
Now to scale, the WBA world champion, Manta Stanionis.
Stanionis with that GSP body. That good guy got that GSP physique going on. Almost. Nah, he's not as big as GSP, but it's similar. You know, he got kind of like that. It's like kind of like shredded, but also like chubby at the same time. It's really weird because the chubbiness is mostly in the stomach. Hey, look at it. That guy with the hat there. He looking a little bit like the ghost dad. A little bit, huh?
And we're going to beat up that woman beater. You guys like that? Like this guy, woman beater? He must have learned that from his dad. Woman beater, baby. We're going to beat that woman beater. Ah, that's baby.
Let me,
Say that. He talks about my son. He's a hypocrite. How about him? Woman beater. He beats up women and goes to jail.
Hold
PC
on.
beat up like a chicken.
All right.
And we're going to beat up that.
I like later in that interview, Oscar's like, He's like, it's okay, it's okay. I'm like, what? Is it okay to beat women? What the fuck? I like how uncomfortable he gets. He's like, Daddy, no! Daddy, don't hit him! Don't hit her! Like a boss. Damn, the vascularity. Look at those fucking arms. This guy's got dicks for arms. Just kidding. That was pretty damn gay. Hey!
Then A, I need to go pee.
This man needs to go pee. Let's hear it again.
Then A, I need to go pee.
You have to piss.
Help me.
All right, thank you for that very dramatic moment there, Marquez and Canelo. I really do appreciate that. It makes me cry a little bit. Again, this guy got dicks for arms. What the fuck? Why does he look like his arms look like Arnold Schwarzenegger's face? And remember, you guys ever saw Total Recall when he's in space? He's like, you know, all the veins coming out of his neck. Those arms, like the vascularity. I don't know if I've ever seen arms that veiny. You know, he looks like those dudes in Brazil that inject synthol into their arms. That shit is way too veiny. He's going to have to watch out. Boots might hit him there. You never know. That could be a problem. I'm kidding. It also looks kind of weird. He's got like a very young person's face, got like a baby face, but then he has a very like developed kind of physique. I mean, maybe he's a snack fighter, but this dude is looking pretty jacked. Look at those damn arms. Look at that shit. He looks like, again, he looks like one of those Brazilian dudes that injects fucking synthol in the biceps. What, this guy wants to be a bodybuilder? The fuck is this? Look at this guy over here, straight up Coomer. This guy, absolute Coomer. Did he just go swimming? Why is he wearing a swimming cap?
Stanionis, 146.8.
All right, Stanionis looking pretty good. Looking a little soft there, but he ain't having too many issues making the weight, it seems. A lot of vascularity. Look at the vascularity.
The IBF undefeated world champion, Jaron Boots Ennis.
But before that,
exactly. We had another guy before. Damn, look at the biceps on this motherfucker. Let's see those again. Those some long-ass arms this guy got. 74-inch reach. Stanionis with the 38-inch reach. You can see it, the muscle belly speed, the vascularity. He almost got that GSP body. You got that GSP gut. He doesn't have the traps like GSP, right? GSP took a lot more sauce. Just got to say it.
Boots Ennis.
Here's Ennis coming up. Here he is. Look at this. Look at this. He's kind of looking a little skinny there. You can tell he's going to put more fat on tomorrow, or water, whatever. Yeah, definitely looking sucked in. Very narrow waist there. The guy's you know, he doesn't seem to be he's big, but he's like not too big. He's built sort of like Danny Garcia in a way. But he lifts these arms up. Damn, this is some pretty big biceps, triceps. He's got some big triceps there. His forearms are pretty large too. It's kind of deceptive how big he is. Look at those triceps. Damn. Look, you could see like it looked like he got fucking injection marks in his damn triceps. What, is this guy also injected synthol into his arms? What the fuck?
Because in the past, a couple of fights involving Daniel Dubois have been a bit controversial. The Usyk fight and the low blow. Now, I don't think it's deliberate. I just think it's a case of Daniel occasionally loses concentration, but he can't afford to do that in this fight. So let's have a look at a couple of examples of him losing concentration. So against Gerald Miller, look at that for a shot there. That's a low shot, and there's another one coming up there again.
But then he gets him on the knee.
Like I say, Fletch, it's a lapse in concentration, and you're just throwing a low shot.
That gold medal.
Are you absolutely convinced?
Yes, I don't think.
That dude, look at that. You saw that he fucking punched that woman with the beard, right in her skirt, bro. He punched her right in her vagina. That's fucked up.
And we're gonna beat up that woman beater.
Damn, that was an ugly woman. I'm telling you. I mean, but she's strong and she's brave. She's a strong, brave woman. She's a transsexual woman of color. That's what that was.
146.4 for Jaron.
All right, so we got Furioso in the comments says, Boots has the ultimate recovery process. Yes, I would say PEDs. Never Sobers is in there. He says, looks like he made weight better than Boots. Yes, Stanionis looked a little better. Boots looking sucked in, but he's looking kind of confident here. I mean, look at the guy. His Tim Bradley horns are really sticking out. I mean, the guy is becoming a demon, isn't he? Did a little too much steroids. Do too much of that, you kind of become a little demonic, right? I mean, he's already demonic, man. You know what Boots Ennis is into, right, people? I've shown it many times.
Matt Damon.
He's a little bit of that. A lot of his fans, they get angry when you point out the fact that he's a juice head. He's not very good. And he's extremely, I gotta bleep this. He's extremely, yes. Exactly. That's how I feel. That's how I feel too. Right. That's how I feel too sometimes, you know.
I was taking it all in.
Oh, wait. Let's see. This is what I have to say about him. He's, you guys, you already saw it, but I got to say it one more time.
I was taking it all in.
All right, secondary question.
No Diddy.
I mean, yeah. Oh, wait. You got to hear that laugh one more time. It's really telling of what this guy is. We get it, man. It's okay. I just got to point it out.
I was taking it all in.
All right, secondary question.
No Diddy.
Okay, there you go. I mean, what really sells it is when Boots goes, ah! When he makes that sound, it's like, this guy is 100%.
146.4.
Sober says that they'll have Boots, they'll have him on 3 IVs. Exactly. They're going to let this dude do all kinds of stuff. But look at this guy. Look at him. He looks so bored. He's like, I just want to party. Girls just want to have fun. Okay.
Both fighters coming in under the welterweight limit.
Here they go. Both guys are going to meet. They're going to meet. The guy with the swimming cap is holding the belt. Boots is putting his clothes back on.
Ionis flat out looks ripped. And Jerron Boots Ennis.
Yeah, his arms are fucking crazy. Those veins in those arms, that's no joke. That dude filled his arms with synthol in preparation for this one.
Looks healthy as well. Reminder, no second day weigh-in.
Like, look at that gut on Stanionis. What the fuck is this? Like I said, this dude got straight up GSP body. Maybe he ate his way up. Maybe he wanted to put more weight on. I mean, what the fuck's going on? This guy drinking a lot of beers. I have no idea. His fucking belly's bigger than his, sticking off further than his chest. That's like some straight up GSP stuff there, you know? Needs to cut down on the HGH. This guy needs to stop with that fucking hat. These two guys here look ridiculous. These two guys on the left, pathetic. Disgusting.
Due to the unification fight. Final stare out.
I mean, like Sober says, Stanionis, maybe he didn't have to really cut that much. Very weird body type, Stanionis. So look at that. Look at those, the delts. The delts are bigger than, I mean, when he flexes, when he squeezes those muscles, they're very big biceps. And his delts are kind of large too, but he's got this big gut. Boots still kind of cut down, I'm guessing, because Stanionis in a lot of ways looks kind of bigger, is especially in the core. The core is much larger. He looks like he's a damn wrestler.
Listen in.
All right, so Stanionis, maybe he's seeing something because he's looking and he's smiling. Look at him. He's like, orale, right? I mean, there's something about him. He looks like that fucking guy from Blood. What's that movie again? Blood In, Blood Out. He looks like that fucking guy that loses his leg. All right, so Sober says in the comments that they just said there will be no second day weigh-in. All right, so they're already. All right, so he says they're semi-hydrated. He's talking to BDA. Okay, so those guys having a conversation in there. There's something about his face. I mean, is he looking kind of like Johnny Depp in a way? What is this, Jack Sparrow? Just a kind of sideways smile. I mean, maybe it's intimidating. Boots is a little intimidated. That's why he's trying to block his face with his beard. Why is everybody chewing? What the fuck? What are they? They look like cows.
No break. No break. You better not break.
He's smiling. Boots is feeling a little bit insecure right now. He's looking like that look right there is kind of telling. I mean, he probably wants to do this because he's looking at that Stanionis right there. He's coming in. He's like, Boots, I got you. No balls punching in this fight. And then he's like, boom, ball punch, right? But he's like, hey, bro. He's like, what the fuck? That usually works. And then Stanionis is like, I don't have balls. And then he comes in, bro. He got him removed. Probably, maybe. And Boots is like, oh no. Yeah, exactly. Look at that. The guy got veins sticking out his. Look at that vein in the side of the head. This is very manly. It is vein right here. Let's see that again. This guy. Why is this dude so fucking vain? Oh, sorry. I cut ahead too much. It's a very veiny man. Look at that vein on the side of the head. What is that? This guy needs to watch his blood pressure. What the fuck? Did they take away his blood pressure pills? What the hell's going on here? The guy's so veiny. Boots is like, this is going to be the hardest fight of my career. I'm fighting this guy who's incredibly inactive, and I'll probably get my ass whooped. He might lose, people. He might lose. A lot of people see it. He is a very overrated fighter. He really is. Like I said, the guys put on these skirts, and they automatically rate them way higher than they are. I don't know. It's the power of the skirt. It's really weird. I mean, how does putting on a skirt somehow make you into like a great slick fighter? Doesn't make any damn sense. Showbiz is probably going to make a video about this. He's going to be like, who won the face-off? It's like, does it matter? I mean, who won the skin treatment? You know, this guy's face. Why is this guy covered in oil? What the fuck's going on? What is this, pro wrestling? Okay, we're Futv, the real Futv people has been brought to you by PlayStation. Thank you, PlayStation, for the money. We're not going to show that. We're going to skip ahead. All right, so we're watching a PlayStation app. We're going to watch the rest of this weigh-in. To me, I guess if you're going to call a winner when it comes to intimidation factor, I guess Stanionis, he's not really seeing much. He doesn't see much there that's scary. And again, his previous fight, I don't know a lot about Stanionis' career, but I've seen him fight. And I think even though his last opponent wasn't the biggest puncher, he did seem to have some respectable power, which is surprising. You know, looking at his amateur record. He did all his pro fights were almost all knockout wins. The guy was very large, too. I think he might have actually possibly been as big as Boots. All right. Gonna put this audio back on.
Jaron Boots Ennis, Montes Stanionis, 12 rounds for the...
All right, so you go. The guy's looking. Boots Ennis, very, like, stoic, kind of not much emotion there. And maybe a slight hint of intimidation there. I mean, this guy... isn't the usual small dude that Boots Ennis fights. This is actually a pretty good, fundamental, come-forward fighter, right? And I think if he... And you saw it in the video. We did a small analysis of some of the tools he has. I mean, this dude's doing catch and shoot in the 11th round. In the 12th. Like, he's doing techniques that a lot of these guys don't use. They don't have that craft, you know? Boots doesn't have that. He really just wings them out there. A lot of times, he's got his hands low. He doesn't have this kind of tight... defense, aggressive style the way that Stanionis does. From what I see from Stanionis, he really is kind of fundamentally better than Boots Ennis. All right, let's see the end of this weigh-in.
IBF, WBA, and Vacant Ring Magazine Welterweight Championship of the World. Matchroom Boxing in association with TGB Promotions, live on the Zone from the iconic Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City.
Stanionis has got some pretty big biceps there, people. Look, he's not even flexing. He got some big biceps. Look at it. Strong. I mean, he might be strong. Maybe he got built up for this fight, you know? He put on the pounds. He's getting ready. He's in shape. Looking good. All right, so we got some comments in the comment section. We got Manos. He says, the skirt makes you flashy. All right, you got Furioso in there. He says, he will get the Haney Loma treatment. Yeah, that's that. It's kind of like what I'm afraid of. I really hope that doesn't happen. Furioso says, oh, wait, this is wait. Okay. Furioso, okay, this comment between these guys. All right, we're going to watch the end of this.
New Jersey, USA.
All right, here's the interviews. Sergio Mora getting this job, company man. Here we go.
Montes, you look in incredible shape. Boots Ennis looks in incredible shape. No rehydration clause.
Maybe he got the perfect amount of HGH, just perfect. I mean, look, the guy when he puts his shirt on, he looks sort of like he works for IBM or something, or like or Apple or Facebook.
How much weight do you?
He's like, yeah, man. Hey, the upgrade, the new upgrade for Facebook 3.0. It's going to use AI. It's going to track you.
Putting on after this.
I don't focus, to be honest, how much I will put and how much he's going to put. It's the skills, you know.
Now, a lot of people were suspecting that Boots Ennis was having a difficulty making 147. What do you see now in his eyes, and what do you see in his body?
You know, he's true professional. He's trying to make a weight. He made a weight, and I appreciate that, and I respect that. You know, I've been in some situations where somebody couldn't make weight, so now everything is set, everything is done. I'm happy, and that's it.
Number 1 versus number 2, 2 champions, unbeaten. I mean, this is the best of the best. Any predictions?
I'm all in.
All in. Love it. He's all in.
Thank you, Sergio. We are now going to get the final word with the IBF welterweight champion of the world in Jaron Boots Ennis. And champ, I noticed when you stepped on the scale, you gave the hush motion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of noise, I think, for the first time in your career, kind of rising here.
This guy looking like a straight up meth head, crackhead. Look at him. He looks a mess. Why did you wear that, bro? He looks like he just got out of bed. He's like, yeah, here we go. And look, that dude, those bones in his forehead look insane. That you can see that. And he must be sauced to the gills. But you can see it. Those bones are so pronounced because there's like nothing in his body. He's drained out. And then him doing that little, you know, like putting his finger over his mouth, like hush. Like he's like, oh, I'm silencing all the doubters. Well, I mean, that just tells you that this guy has a lot of problems making that weight. So he probably really pushed himself to make this weight. Just the simple fact that he made that like that's a big deal shows you that he shouldn't be at this weight. All right? Like I said, even in that fucking picture for the build up to this fight, he is drained even in that picture.
People were saying that your stock maybe stalled a little bit last fight. What are they going to be saying about your performance after tomorrow?
They gonna see. You know, I'm gonna show the world. Yeah. I'm gonna show the world.
You better land those damn ball punches, bro. This could be a real one. This could be a real problem for him. Like I said, everyone's saying he looks drained, and he does. It don't matter if he has all that time to hydrate back up. It don't matter if they have another weigh-in. He's gonna have to put that on, and this is big stress on your body to have to cut down. This guy is a very big guy for welterweight. I'd say he's about 160. He's like a 160 guy. Probably walks around around Canelo weight, probably.
The best in the world. You know, it's my time. My time is.
And by Canelo weight, I mean like Canelo's weight, as he walks around as a 168 pounder. So he's closer to like, he's probably like 180, 190, like that. Walks around almost 200 pounds probably. And he's fighting at 147.
That Ring Magazine belt, and IBF, we're going back to Philadelphia.
You've been talking about wanting to stamp a legacy. What drives you for greatness in terms of...
Furioso says he's a weight bully, 154. Okay, he says a 154 pounder trying to make weight with snack. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, so these guys, they use certain, there's certain things they can take that are illegal. Maybe diuretics. Who knows? It's a lot of different tools they can use. But in some ways, if he was to take a diuretic, that would be detrimental to his performance, possibly. He might be using other kinds of drugs, drugs that, like, the kind of stuff like Canelo took, or maybe like Ryan, if Ryan actually did take that. It kind of just lets you keep your muscle while losing the water and the fat and all that. But this guy's just so drained that he gets it down to like probably losing muscle. Because this just really is not his weight, but that's his fault. That's all his fault, right?
Of legacy over maybe the fame and the fortune that other championship fighters strive for.
Legacy is everything. I want to stamp my name at the welterweight division, and be up there with the Greeks, Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather's, and it's that time.
What did you see in Amanda Stanionis' eyes in the final face-off?
Them belts coming home, like I said, them belts coming home. It's that time. I'm gonna show the world I'm the best in the world. Make sure y'all tune in. Don't get up to get no popcorn, don't move, don't blink, none of that. It's that time.
Now, there will not be a second day weigh-in because it's a unification fight. So I got to ask you, what's on the menu for breakfast tomorrow?
Anything. No Diddy.
Oh, I gotta get back to that. Say no Diddy while he's going there again. I gotta see that, because this is the guy that got me into these little stupid things I say. Because he was the one that started that. This guy cannot say something without thinking of something sexual. That's why I started getting these jokes, because he's very childish. So King Bucho in the comments says, I don't believe he actually made weight. It wouldn't shock me, people. There's a lot of dirty dealings in boxing. This guy has the backing of Eddie Hearn. It's a much more powerful promoter probably than, I don't know who Stanionis' promoter is, but Stanionis really is not pushed to the level that that Ennis is. Ennis is just like, I mean, they build this guy up. It's like they build him up like he's an all-time great already, right?
No Diddy.
Wait. What do you say that led to the no Diddy?
Because it's a unification fight, so I got to ask you, what's on the menu for breakfast tomorrow?
It's interesting that they keep going on about this weigh-in. They just keep going on about it. It just tells you that this motherfucker has real big issues.
Anything. No Diddy.
You see, again, this guy, anything, he just can't say anything without going into something sexual. They're like, oh, what are you eating tomorrow? And then he says, what are you gonna eat for breakfast? And the guy says, no, he says anything, no Diddy. So what is he thinking? My guess is he's thinking of eating ass. That's probably, I mean, no Diddy? Well, what would that, no Diddy? What the F?
Well done. We'll end it right there. Jaron, good luck to you tomorrow. Thanks for the time.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
We're going to bring in Eddie Hearn here as we close in on fight night at the historic Boardwalk Hall. I thought David Diamante did a terrific job with that monologue about the history behind Boardwalk Hall. How likely is it that with this 1 versus 2 matchup, we could be looking at another piece of history for tomorrow night in this city?
Yeah, I mean, David said it bang on. This venue is synonymous with some of the greatest names, some of the greatest fights in the history of the sport, not just in this country, but in the world. And when you talk about boxing venues, Madison Square Garden, MGM, the Boardwalk Hall's right up there. It's going to be completely full to the rafters tomorrow night, and it deserves it because I think this is the fight of the year. I think this is the best fight we've seen in 2025. It's the best v the best. It's everything.
That's really sad that this guy is to the level that his best fight is fighting a guy that is incredibly inactive. Like, they carefully picked this fight. I didn't remember how many fights, but this guy has a lot of fights. This guy Ennis, I think around 40 or something. Like, that's a lot of damn fights for this to be one of possibly the hardest fight of his whole career. And it's a guy that came off of a 2-year layoff who just had 1 fight versus a guy who had 6 fights. That's pretty crazy. Okay? So Mano says, oh yeah, he made weight, but it cost him. That might be true, and they will use that as an excuse if he gets his ass handed to him tomorrow. All I hope is that this guy's not allowed to throw low blows, because he is allowed to throw them in basically every fight he has. When in doubt, this guy will smash the fuck out of your balls. He'll just start hooking off. Bloom, bloom. This is what he does to everybody.
Fight fan wants. And, you know, it's also the Ring Magazine Championship. You look at the names that have won that belt in the past. Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, Wilfred Benitez, Sugar Ray Robinson, Emil Griffith. It's just a huge, huge moment, and a huge moment for Jaron Ennis to go and show the world how special he is. He'll have to be special to beat Stanionis tomorrow night. I think Stanionis is coming fired up, charged up, in the shape of his life, and you will get a thriller in Atlantic City on DAZN tomorrow night.
Eddie, both fighters look in incredible shape. Stanionis looks like a bodybuilder. Boots, that's probably the best I've ever seen him. This is the type of fight, number 1, number 2, 2 champions, 2 unbeaten guys. How do you see this fight going if it goes into the distance, or do we see a knockout?
I mean, look, I was surprised yesterday to hear Bozy call out the early stoppage for Boots. You know, Stanionis will be aggressive.
Okay, so he knows he'll be aggressive. Yes, I predict he will be. I mean, hopefully he fights intelligently. Again, he's got to watch ball punching range, but he's going to have to get close because this guy got some long damn arms, you know? All right, so Furioso says, now nobody is suggesting anything funny has gone on here, and it should be pointed out that Stanionis promoter Bob Brown has okayed the chosen officials. But it does seem odd. Give 1 second, I gotta look at my other screen. It does seem odd that there isn't. Okay, I don't know, there's nothing after that. What do you mean there? But it does seem odd that there isn't. What? Did I read that right? He's chosen the officials? Okay, he's okayed with them. All judges are American, okay? I mean, who does that favor? That might favor Boots, right? If all the judges are American, because he is an American fighter. Okay? He's an American fighter. The other guy is what, Ukrainian or Russian or something? I mean, he sounds Ukrainian to me.
Some mistakes early, and Boots is a fantastic counterpuncher. He's got a tremendous IQ. As the fight goes deeper...
Yeah, Never Sobers in the comments says that all the judges are Americans. Okay? Yeah, I mean, that might favor Boots, right?
Stanionis, the engine of Stanionis, it's going to cause anybody problems. But, you know, they're 2 tremendous fighters. It's a great matchup of styles. I can't see anything but a fight of the year contender. And this is exactly what we want. You know, we've seen some tremendous fights in Saudi and the Ring Magazine cards, and now we're seeing another one week in, week out, just 2 weeks before 65,000 people in London for Ben v Eubank. Boxing's on fire right now. It's all on the zone. And tomorrow
And
night...
it's all because of turkey ala chicken, most of it. But with that said, people, I'm going to be getting out of here. It is 11:10 in New York. All right. All right, might be coming back tomorrow and doing live play-by-play, possibly. There's some good cards. We got the UFC card that's happening tomorrow, UFC 314, and then we got the Boots Ennis versus Stanionis fight. It's coming up tomorrow. Hopefully it's a good card. Hopefully this motherfucker doesn't punch the hell out of this guy's damn balls. That's what I'm hoping. That's why I made the poster there, as you can see. Yeah, you see, he's all like, protect your nuts. That's a reference to, the Wu-Tang Clan. They had an album, I think it was called Liquid Swords. Am I wrong? It was called Protect Your Neck, but I put Protect Your Nuts. You got Max Kellerman over there. He's like, another ATG. Yeah, man, this guy could really break some nuts. That's a lot of nuts. You got Stanionis like, oh, hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully. But with that said, people, we're going to be getting out of here. I want to thank everybody that came in here. We have we have some people came in here. It's the first show in a while. I'm going to try to do more shows more often. Just got hung up doing some stuff. You know how it is, people. All right. All right. We had BDA in here. BDA, Thunderdome Boxing, Night Murph. Thanks a lot for coming in here, guys. We got El Barbarino. Got a lot of people. Mars was in here. Rusty Cage. All right. Fight Sports Talk. Did I say Thunderdome Boxing? All right. We got some other people. Never Sobers. Did I say that? I'm pretty sure I said that. King Bucho. Manos. El Pinchi. All right. If I didn't mention some other people, I'm sorry about that. But I want to thank you all for coming in here. All right. Thanks for joining us. And thanks for coming in here, guys. We're still trying to build up this channel. If anybody's new in here, remember to subscribe to the Real Futv. If you want to support the site monetarily, we do have a Venmo. I think it's in the comment. It's in the description of the video. Let's see if I come back tomorrow. All right, BDA Boxing says I'm still here. What do you mean we had? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean we had. I don't know. I said it really fast. No, if you're talking about the what do you mean BDA? We had. These in quotations. Did I say something there weird? I Pinchy in the comments said, let's go to Slugger. He live, bro. Got El Barbarino with the hearts. Thanks a lot, Bob. Bob will be here on the next one, hopefully, people. And we're going to be bringing back the Foo Theater. We're going to be watching Cannibal Holocaust. We have a bunch of new shows I'm working on, people. A lot of stuff. We got the premiere of a new show we're calling The Hot Takes. It's called Hot Takes, where we talk about many different subjects. It's all in the one thing. We're going to probably be having panels on there if anybody wants to come in there. And then we have the return of the show Master Debaters, but now we're going to be analyzing debates. Bob Reno's going to be really good with that. She was the debate. She was a champion of debate, people. She really was in college. She's very good at debating. Formal debate. I'm very good at going, shut up, you're an idiot. You don't know shit about boxing. You know, that kind of thing. No, I'm kidding. I don't do that. All right, BDA in the comments says that GTFO, how are you going to watch that on YTV? What do you mean, porn? I'm kidding. That's a joke. We're not watching that, people. We're not degenerates over here.
You're an idiot. An energetic idiot. But an idiot. You're an idiot.
No, I'm not an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an asshole. And you're an asshole. And you're an asshole. And Shakur Stevenson, he's an asshole. What are you doing here again, asshole? Die! All right, Bill. I'll see you later. Have a good night.
Because in the past, a couple of times.
And we're going to beat up that woman beater.
get the fuck up. Simon says, get the fuck up. Throw your hands in the sky. Weezer's in the back, sipping yak, yo, what's up? Girls, rub on your titties. Yeah, I said it, rub on your titties. New York City gritty committee, pity the fool that act shitty in the midst of the calm, the witty. Y'all know the name. Pharaoh fucking March ain't a damn thing changed. You all up in your range of shit, inebriated. Straight from your original plan, you deviated. I alleviated the pain with long-term goals. Slip my underground loop without the gold. You so platinum around the world, I so wood in the hood. But when I'm in the streets, it's so good. A fully motivated boom, control the game like boom. Ready to rock, clock, dollar slip, sits like a way to block shots. Styles way to let my lyrics annoy. If you holding up the wall and you're missing the point, get the fuck up. Simon says, get the fuck up. Put your hands to the sky.
Hopefully it's not a robbery tomorrow, people. Once again, I want to thank you all for coming in here. I really do appreciate it. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. We might do a live play-by-play. Some good fights. Once again, have a good night.
Yo, where you at? Uptown, let me see them. Notorious for the 6.5s and the BMs. Heads give you beef, you put them in the mausoleum. And shit don't start jumping till after 12 p.m. Ignorant minds are free 'em. If you tired of the same old every day, you will agree 'em. The most obligated, hard and R-rated. Slated to be the best, I'm a Sylvester Star made it. Somebody even say the song is sexist, cause I ask the girls to rub on the breasts. Whether you're riding a train or a Lexus, this is for either or rollies, the time Exorcist is wicked like Exorcist, this is the joint. You holding up the wall and you're missing the point. Get the fuck up. Simon says, get the fuck up. Throw your hands in the sky. The brothers in the back shooting trash.
Beta!
Wanted that gold medal. I know it's emotional, but you walk away with the silver medal, which is an incredible accomplishment. Can you take any pride in that?
No. I don't like to lose.
Beta!
Second.
Matt Damon.